The 6th day of the Twin Dragons. It has been 8 days since Serenity the Harefolk left from Baikingu with her 3 bodyguards. Now, into the new year of 1753, the party has traveled across the eastern parts of Gonta, heading towards the capital of Babano. On their travels, the party encountered a witch's forest and traded some mementos for some potions. They rested in a worm's nest, and Pidgewick discovered aspects of his new treasures that disturbed him. Now, they travel with a tradesman named Boro and his family to his hometown of Pomchi, midway between the capital. Party rode the main road's snowy trails until they were only a few days away from their next destination. However, a pack of Gonta wolves now stands in their way, chasing down their beast of burden. So, I have your guys' rolls from previous time. Everyone's except Serenity. I don't have your roll for your...
I had said 19.
Okay.
Oh, did I have a good roll, I hope?
You had a 10.
Fuck.
I'll say,
But because this is a new session, if you want, I will let you re-roll since it's a new session.
Yes, I would appreciate
Go
that.
for it.
It can't be any... Well, it can be, but... Let me do a practice roll, because I got to get the stink off.
You had a...
What you need to do is roll both of your 20s
11.
and see which one's going to be a fucking friend.
Would you like to re-roll?
Why not?
Okay. Yeah, you both can re-roll then.
Okay.
Pidgeot,
All right, here we go.
I'm
was
assuming
happy with
21
my
is fine.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
This is initiative?
Yes.
So this is... Oh, I need to pull up.
I'll stick with my 19.
It might have just been a dirty 20, but regardless. Because I'm pretty sure there's a 19 on my dice and I have a +1 in my initiative. So
You had a dirty 20 because I was like, oh, I added up to 19 because I was
so
like, I'm 19.
I have +2, right?
Yes, because it's your dex. So
All right. 21.
that's better. Yes, that's better.
equal 10.
You're-
You get to stick around for another night.
Alrighty. So as you are all still on the wagon as it is hurling out of control
not my fault.
towards the forest, sitting up front with Boro trying to gain the reins from you, with a Pang coming up behind. You guys now notice the 3
Oh, the wolves,
large
right?
wolves chasing 2 closer up to the front, trying to get close enough to bite at the oryx legs, and then the one behind the wagon waiting to chase down or grab whatever falls out. So, surrounded on all ends, we will start this initiative with one of the wolves.
Damn.
Probably crit.
I'm going to javelin their ass.
Bye.
See you, dear.
Bye. I'll be back. Bye now. Bye.
Ooh.
Bye.
Ominous.
Bye now.
Alrighty.
She's
So-
a white color.
No, she's in the black minivan.
The
Or
furthest
SUV.
back wolf.
The little white cars me. I tucked myself in the corner because I'm so teeny. And that's where I... Like, if
I'm
I...
gonna need some help getting out of here.
You, Jereth, are going to be attacked. You do have a little bonus to your AC of 2 because you are above his range, so he has to jump over the wagon to nip at you. So whatever your AC is, add a +2 to that. He is going to take a bite at you.
What, you get natural 20?
Natural 20 on my first roll of the night.
I don't think I like that.
Oh.
That's fine. It
Yeah.
means he's got his good rolls out of the way.
And that's his
So
roll.
how did you die?
And that's his critical roll dice too.
Oh, nice.
Alrighty, so he is going to take a frost bite at you.
Shield.
So in D&D, a critical hit always hits.
Oh.
So that's like if you guys were fighting a thing that was like 10 higher than you, you'd still be able to hit with a natural 20.
Okay. Makes
So
sense.
that's how the rules have been. Alrighty, so with that, you take 2d6. That is 12 points of piercing damage,
Fuck me.
along with 8 points
Well, this is no
of
fun.
frost damage.
I'm dead.
He's down, not dead.
I mean, it's not
You're
funny.
at full health, aren't you?
18.
That's your max health at level 3. Interesting.
I think so.
Can we sidebar? Does that sound right? That sounds. You only got 6 hit points per level.
You're a. Oh,
So-
you're a rogue, right?
Yeah.
That's why.
My
They have
constitution
it's a D8, I
you gotta
believe.
choose.
is
So,
10.
so yeah, you don't have a bonus to it, so you have no pluses. That's why. So
But-
you would have started with 8. And
But
then
wasn't
add-
I stealthing? Wouldn't I have? I thought I was stealth. So would they even?
You're
come
on the
after
wagon.
me?
You're on the wagon, so it's one of those moments where it's kind of a surprise attack from their creatures. So that's why there wasn't any time for you to use your turn.
It's alright. We got some people with some healing spells. We'll get you
Yo.
right as rain.
All right. So,
No, not anytime.
so do I go
Immediate.
to negative or just to 0?
You just go to 0. So
And
you're,
then you roll
there's no
death
negative.
saves unless someone heals you.
Alrighty, so you are down.
Ooh.
Wait.
Way to go, Will.
Oh, no, I think that's level 4. I was gonna say, do you have uncanny dodge yet? That's
Unless we leveled up.
no.
We did have
Alrighty.
a battle.
That immediate move.
I thought I was stealth because the hawk saw him coming, and so did I, because they were running.
Oh, that's right.
I had it.
Yeah, I'm going my snacks.
JB. What's
Uh-huh.
what's your fox name again?
Ben.
BJ.
I
BJ.
could change it.
I can
think I'm
remember
gonna
it
change
because BJ.
when I reincarnate him after he dies, I'll come up with a better name. Or maybe a worse name.
Does a familiar like blink out of existence?
No,
if
familiar
the-
keeps going even after the person passes because it's up to its HP points how long it stays out.
Okay. Curious.
But it loses interest.
That'd make for like a fun little story.
It goes by
For,
its
like, a
own
familiar just doing what
actions
it can
now.
to,
So
like,
whatever the last actions you would have ordered it
preserve
to,
the
and then
life,
its
yeah,
own
it's
thought
potentially
process, it
seeking
can have
revenge.
basically act on its own.
Right. Did it
So-
like you? Did it not like you? Will it
Alrighty.
avenge
Well,
you?
with that, it goes to you because you have the higher dex of the two of
Okay.
you. So it goes to a Pang.
So I see my friend get mauled and go down, and seeing this just makes me so angry that I rage. I pick up one of my trusty javelins and I throw it straight as an arrow at the wolf that has downed my friend.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Sounds good.
Right?
7, 12.
12 unfortunately does not hit.
Afraid of that.
However, what type of damage are you doing? It's piercing, right? So
Yes.
that does, however, cut his speed in half, or by 10 for the rest of the turn
Okay.
or round.
And the Orthanc, or whatever he's called, is running full speed.
Oric.
Yes, it is running at full speed.
Oh wait, should I have feats chosen?
No, that's not until level 4.
Oh.
We appreciate you trying hard, though.
Yeah,
Jereth. figure out an alternate way.
Okay.
Well, I was just wondering if
Is that Bella?
Yeah, she was walking up on the thing and slipped on the
She's
foot.
fine.
Alrighty. So that is your javelin throw and your bonus action. So as you rage and the frost begins to encase your body in the natural armor of the ice, as the spear leaves your hand, slices through the thick fur and causes it to react in pain, reaching back just a little bit away from the wagon now, as the wagon continues to move forward away from you. With that, Pidgewick is your move.
Now, when you say heal, I know that. So, didn't we all just doled out some potions?
Correct.
Yes.
Am I able to just dump this in his mouth?
Yes, yeah, because he's at 0 hit points. He's basically unconscious right now.
you
Not
can rub
dead.
his
right.
throat.
So-
Just it
Makes
basically
him
doesn't have to be
swallow.
like magic. I don't have to.
No,
cast a
no,
spell.
no. You don't have to cast a spell for that.
Just because he's like, oh, he's unconscious, so it's
Now,
gonna
can
drink
you
it.
can you
I do
throw a
technically
potion at
have-
someone?
Healing
not
word.
to
So
have
if we don't
them
wanna
drink
waste
it,
a
but you
potion in
can.
case
They
of
can catch it and
emergencies,
use it. Yeah.
Because I
Like,
can
it's
get
not
rid of
a
that.
zero.
I just don't want.
If they were out,
Because you
can't
know
just,
I
like,
heal
chuck
because
it
I
in.
was- I healed you
know,
That's
before.
true.
It doesn't break
So
and
that's
spread
how
Especially
I
if
on
there's
heal.
not a huge
It's like
rush for
different
it.
rolls.
'Cause you
It's
do
not
have
top.
Because I
healing word.
can second level healing word, so that's 2d4 plus 3, so I can get him a decent amount.
That's
of
two
the way
Final
up.
Fantasy.
Right?
If I
Yeah,
roll
you
well, if
throw
I
it,
don't,
yeah.
he'll probably
Final
still have
Fantasy used to
use
do
his
that
own
too, where if
potion
you had a
just to
potion,
get
you
his health
throw it
back
up in the
up.
air
Fair
and
enough.
it'd land on them and cure.
Yep.
I never understood that because it's like, are you throwing the bottle on them or?
Yeah, right.
Ah!
And thankfully, it's a bonus action.
You're
I can
healed,
use
but
it.
you're in
Oh,
pain.
well, there you go. Yeah, all right. You are now bleeding. There is broken glass all over you,
But you're alive.
but you feel much better. It just stings. It stings in your fresh cuts.
Alrighty,
It's
so
like hydrogen
that
peroxide.
goes to the
Um,
wolf over here.
No, I didn't
Oh.
do a thing. I was curious.
That was okay. So that's your bonus action to heal if you're going to do that.
No, that's actually I'm not going to.
Okay.
I was just curious if it was applicable.
Just teasing.
But, is how like open cart are we? Like, am I able to see this wolf as well?
Yeah, you're able to see
There's
this one and
three of
this
them?
one.
Okay,
The only reason a Pang can see the one in the back is because of his height.
right. Okay, so I can see this one.
Yes.
It's time to Eldritch Blast.
Alrighty. Eldritch Blast away.
Fuck nuggets. That doesn't.
The
do
rolls are not going well.
Ah!
It's a 4 plus.
4 plus what?
Doesn't
I
matter.
think I do have it to where I get my
It's
charisma.
charisma, yeah.
Yeah, and I think my charisma is a 3.
Okay, so that'd be a 7.
Yeah.
Alright,
Your
so
charisma's a 3?
that gives everybody advantage on the next attack against
So
the
you're
wolf
uber ugly.
and disadvantage against you.
Oh, cool.
So keep that in mind. That wolf has disadvantage against you now, but you all get advantage on it as well. So no damage, but advantages. All right, that was your action. You want to use a bonus action for anything?
I don't remember what all bonus actions are available. I'm not.
Well,
You
if you have a
could- you
spell
could
that can cast as a
heal
bonus
him.
action, that's one. But if not, typically it's
She
you
has
can-
magic that she can do as a bonus spell, so I would rather have the potions be
I
for like
agree.
if she's not available for healing. But
and then
because
you
she
can
Unless
also
you-
attack with your
hopefully.
offhand because it's a
Oh, I
bonus
got a
action
plan.
to do that.
I got a plan.
Don't die before.
So if you wanted to
I
either
got a
toss a
plan.
blade or move, you can attempt to leap off the moving vehicle and attack it up close if you'd like.
Nah.
I wanna stay on the vehicle.
Okay.
I feel like that's somehow the safe thing.
Yeah, no, it's separating
Now I'm just
the
debating if
group
I
and
should
not
use one of my
smart.
spells then, because obviously I'd get them back with a short rest, which won't be that bad. So I might just do a burning. No, because that's with the outside of 15 feet, isn't it?
Burning Hands is not a bonus action.
I thought you said I could do a spell.
No, a spell that has a bonus action as it's casting.
So like
yeah, then,
Shillelagh says 1BA, which is one bonus action. And
then I don't
Healing
think I have
Word is
any of
one
that.
bonus
Yeah, never
action.
mind. Then I don't think I can.
Shillelagh is a spell.
Yeah,
Basically,
I touch
it
it with
turns
his
your
staff.
weapon into a shillelagh.
It sounds like someone you'd meet in like East Atlanta.
Somebody-
I
East,
I
LA.
imbued my staff with magic, so
It's
then
Shillelagh. Shillelagh. Long time.
Yeah,
I
I got.
imbued my
That's it.
quarterstaff with
Alright.
magic,
Um,
and then I can attack with a different modifier that's
Well,
actually stronger than
okay.
strength.
Oh, cool.
So with that, then it goes to the other wolf that you were just attacking. It is going to run up because now you've gotten its attention instead of the auric, but it has disadvantage against you. So
Thank God.
all right, you're fine. That is a 6 to hit. So
Done.
it does not hit. However, it does impose disadvantage on your next attack against it.
Fine. Stupid wolf.
So basically, as it tries to leap up and grab you out of the cart, you move away out of fear just in time. But now that has kind of made you a little bit uneased around it. All right. So with that, Serenity, you are up.
Yes.
Save us.
He's right beside me, so I'm going to turn to him, get down, and say my healing word at second level. because-
Shazam! I'm sorry.
I know I wrote it
No,
in
we don't
here.
want to get canceled.
Sana, I believe.
Yeah, Sana.
Sauna, yeah.
Yeah, because we kept making the sauna joke. Sauna.
It's in here somewhere. There it is.
Alrighty.
Feels like a
So that's,
sauna in you.
You're doing it
That's
second
my-
level?
2d4 plus 3.
Alrighty.
3. 3 plus 3, 9.
So you get 9 HP back.
Dude, well,
Hey, that's
half
half
your
your
health,
HP.
right?
good enough
Yep.
to keep
You know
us
that
going.
I also only have 18 HP, so there's that. I'm pretty delicate too.
And
That's why I have
then-
300 feet of range with Eldritch Blast. Run, 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 run.
Two delicate
I'm so
flowers.
shocked at you guys. Like, how could you not focus Constitution as your main thing?
Warlock.
So the wolf that attacked him and knocked him down, I want to try to keep him busy. So in front of him, I'm going to summon Beast with my action. And I summon a giant weasel.
A giant weasel?
Yes, I have it in my
Because it looks like dinner.
list.
Just
It is a
don't
medium
forget that
beast.
you summoned it and try to pet it. You're like, oh, new friend.
Yeah,
Oh
you
shit,
don't
she's off
get
the
a-
wagon, guys. She's gone.
You don't get a bonus.
I'm gonna
bonus
get.
action.
It's a medium beast and I'm small. I'm gonna get on its back and ride it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But are you?
I'm kidding. It's got a 13 armor class, 9 hit points. Its speed is 40, and it can bite.
So, William, I'm gonna try to figure out something that you don't have in your little bag of tricks.
I could technically turn into the beast if I wanted to. There could be 2 giant weasels,
Druids are pretty kick-ass, especially when they get higher level.
right?
Alrighty.
Did I miss my
In front of
turn?
the wolf.
Hey, Bubba.
In front of the wolf?
I am
You wanna
allowed
come see
to
you?
summon it
You
where
can
I
do
can
that?
see.
Are you allowed?
Alrighty, you summon the giant weasel in
You
front of
want
the
to
wolf.
No, she won't
Come
do
here.
that, but
Oh,
she'll definitely give you some love.
Come here.
Do my summoned
sweetie.
beasts get the same?
They would
Initiative
get.
as
He's a
me?
sweet
Yes,
dog,
they would
too.
take their
He's
turn
just
right after you.
Gotcha.
You want lappies?
protective. You just protective, aren't you, Bubba?
You want to come see lappies? Can I get you?
So what do you want your giant weasel to do?
Come here. Some lappies. Some little.
I think I gotta look at the beast itself because my summoned beast is giving me some weird.
I was gonna say it's in your.
Words.
It should be in your extras.
I know, I see that. I'm just.
See how I'm
Okay,
not
that is
murdering
a
your
melee
sister?
weapon
You can
attack.
trust me. We can be friends too.
Okay. Now I get it.
You know, if you were a cat, I'd say you're starting to like me.
And
When cats close their eyes looking at you, that means they're
Oh.
like, you're not going to hurt me. That's like a trust thing.
Oh,
He
it's an
gets so
attack.
exhausted
Yes.
from his protect mode.
Yeah, right.
He
Put
wears
on.
himself out.
13. That's plus 4, so 17.
That hits. Wow, +4, nice.
Missed my spell.
Do you want down, honey?
One.
That's okay. I'll get you down. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
No, that's only a
sweet.
6.
I don't want you to hurt yourself.
All right.
And it is
Plus.
piercing. No, that's what
Oh, okay.
total with piercing.
All right.
He's mauling at the wolf.
With that, its speed is dropped even further.
So the
His
same
name is
one.
Wesselton.
Alrighty.
We know that.
So now he's at quarter speed. All right, so we're
Correct.
leaving him in the dust.
All right. With that, Jereth, you are back up now. You have your breath.
I
As
can
you
now
come
only do
to-
one personal spell. I can knife and heal 4 times.
With the uneasy feeling of kind of being a little rusty
But can't-
as you
cantrip-wise,
awaken
I
from
can cross my
near death.
fingers.
Oh god.
You're like, oh
Oh,
shit, we're
my
still
head.
fighting.
Do I feel any poisoned effects from the wolf?
Get your butt out of there.
No, because you died, they dissipated.
Okay.
So
Knocked unconscious.
So let's see, there's just
yeah, once
two
you're
wolves
unconscious,
here?
any thing
Is
you
there
have
a
on you
third
goes
wolf?
away.
Yeah,
There's a
there's
third
the one.
wolf.
Yeah, there's one basically like they have
Right.
a triangle around us, but the one in the back is. Very
Oh, there
close.
he is. I
Yeah.
didn't see
The one in the far back is like
It's being pushed
really
back.
not
Yeah.
really of any concern.
Can
right
I
now.
see either of the ones that are still with us, or
You can see from where you're at. No, you cannot see them. You'd have to move up further into the wagon. But you are aware that they are being at least attacking because you can see your friends attacking from the front.
Is that the kid giant?
No, that's the mom.
No, that's the mom. That's
yeah.
the main
That's
person
the dad.
who
Yeah,
brought
that's,
us in.
that's Boro.
Okay, so the kid giant's just hiding somewhere.
The kid, yeah, basically the kid is hiding in the stuff.
Okay.
Kid's not a fighter. Not yet.
can I hop up on one of these and see that guy?
So you have to kind of imagine there's an invisible wagon cover right here.
Oh,
I don't have a
I
wagon
see.
cover for it, but yeah, basically you're in cover. That's why you guys had extra AC against your attacks.
Okay, so I will just shoot a fireball at the one behind us.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Look out for Mr. Wuzzles.
Oh, no.
Yes,
That
Spike.
is a 7.
7. All right.
Oh, we
So
suck
roll your
tonight.
damage, and then you'll do a quarter of it because fire damage always does damage.
It's a 9.
Alrighty. So
Perfect
3.
setup right now. His voice is
So
like
3 points of
twice as
fire
loud as
damage.
normal,
Take that,
according to my
bastard.
readings.
He's even standing
and
right into.
For a
It's just finally pointing where he is.
Speaks from the tummy.
Whereas the rest of us talk loudly enough where that's picking us up easily.
I'm going to hide. I'm going to hide among those crates in the wagon.
Child, make room.
Just
Kick
like,
the kid out.
Yeah, right.
between
Go fight.
them
I
or
got this spot.
up in a corner in the shadow. I want
All right.
You and your stealth.
Yes, must.
All right. Where would you like your bird to go? Because he gets to take the turn right after yours.
Can he attack?
Cannot attack.
Okay.
I mean, he can if you want him to, but
Oh,
hawks have attacks. It's just very minor.
It says, where is it? Where to go? Extras, hawks. It says, familiar. In combat, a familiar rolls its own initiative and acts on its own turn. A familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal.
Yeah, mine's more of a homebrew situation.
Okay,
So I let familiars attack so they do more stuff.
cool. Yeah.
Because they're still living creatures, so I don't see why they couldn't
I don't
interact
see why
with
not
things.
either. All right. That's cool.
Agreed.
Yeah. So he will attack.
So you can use the
One of
bird
the-
sight.
Go for the eyes, Benjamin.
One of the ones out.
Come on,
in
BJ.
front.
Out in the front. The one, would you prefer to attack the one that's being attacked from your friends or the one that hasn't attacked yet?
The one that's being attacked.
It's got plenty of flight distance, so it can easily fly over to it.
Go
Alright.
for the eyes.
It might die. We'll see.
It has its own stat
can
block,
always
so
bring it
you
back.
should be able to use that to be able to make an
That's,
attack.
that's the best part.
What you need is a
Armor
peregrine.
class.
He'll hit that little bastard
There's
at
no,
400
like,
miles an hour.
To hit. There's no.
It would be whatever your its dexterity is. That's its to hit.
16. So plus.
So plus 3 to your roll. Yep.
That's
Natural 20.
right.
Nice.
That definitely hits.
And it was going for the eye.
All right. I think its damage is a D4. So roll 2d4 or roll a d4 and then double it. All right. So that's 6 plus the 3 of the dex. So 9 points of
Shit.
piercing damage.
Well, it's like the bird fight.
Oh yeah, man. Whoops. Can he disengage as a bonus?
He cannot. That's not one of his abilities.
Oh.
That's one of your abilities. So. Does not work for the familiar.
I'm debating if I should summon a familiar too.
Hey, he just earned his keep.
Guess I can.
Just for
Alrighty.
that.
He is flying though, so you don't have to worry about him being attacked.
Oh.
So wolf can't fly, so
Not yet.
just to represent.
Nice.
Hello.
Lay down.
Come here, sweetie.
Alrighty then. So with that, goes to the other two who are going to take their turns. The male is going to use his turn to get control of the orc again,
No.
and he does not. Wow, that's terrible, even with his plus.
Told
to
you
it.
it wasn't my fault.
So the orc is still going at full speed. The woman is going to use her turn.
Brunhilde.
No. She is going to cast Entangle and try to wrap this one's legs. So it needs to make a save. Strength save. That is a failure. So
Nice.
it is entangled and cannot move now, as it is restrained. As all of a sudden the plants around the trees that it's chasing by break out from the ground and wrap around its legs, pulling it down into the ground. I've done what I can.
+4.
It's up to the rest of you now. I have to concentrate, otherwise the other one will come after us.
Should I be rolling?
It's
and then
better
do
than what
plus
we've done
6?
so far.
All right, with that, it goes to that one again, but it's restrained, so it loses its turn.
Modifier is what you get afterwards. So like when I have.
All right,
my
so back to the top of the
melee
round with
attack, I
the
get my +3,
slow
my
one all the way
healing word
back here.
+3, but I
He is
technically have
currently
+5
engaged, so
when
he's
it
going
comes
to attack
hit.
your
So your
summoned
modifier
beast.
is what you get on top of your final roll.
Benjamin, no.
What?
Not your summoned beast, your summoned beast.
Oh, that's right, weasels.
The Wetzel.
That is
Wetzel
a 13 to hit.
Getting That just hits.
Alrighty.
It was 13.
That is 6 points of piercing damage.
Not dead yet.
Alrighty.
It hurt.
Technically not a real animal.
Alrighty, with that, Pidgewick.
Right.
Or, sorry, a Pang, because you're the
Yeah,
that's
right.
Let's throw another javelin. We'll do it. I guess the one that's still keeping up with us.
Alrighty.
Is he at disadvantage in any form? Or?
He'll have a little higher AC because of the angle you're shooting him at, but that's about it. But you do get advantage on this because of the last attack.
14.
You get advantage.
Oh.
Because of the last attack that was done by Pidgewick.
Yeah.
So 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
14.
14 unfortunately does not hit. However,
bitch.
it is piercing, so its speed is also dropped. So it moves back as well, because it can't keep up.
Come on, guys. What the fuck?
Alrighty, with that, Pidgewick, you're up.
I just realized I do have Misty Step that could have been a bonus action, but that's useless. I didn't want to move anyways. But now I know. I'm still going for another Eldritch. That's just fun.
Alrighty, fire away.
Yeah, that's better. So I'm still bad at this. My dice is a 16, and I can't remember if this is when I add any of my.
Yeah.
So you add your proficiency and your spell modifier. So it's 3
Okay.
and then your charisma.
Okay, my spell modifier. That says spell attack bonus. That's not it. Spell casting ability for charisma and my proficiency.
Yeah.
So plus 5.
The attack.
So that, yep,
Oh,
plus
I guess
5.
that is that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what that is.
Yeah, never mind.
That's the bonus to
So
attack.
21.
21 definitely hits.
Fucking A, it does.
Basically, when you roll the d20, add the spell attack with your production of your spell, add the modifier.
Dang.
That's where, with my Shillelagh, I can get a +5 spell attack, but with Healing Word, I get +3 from my modifier. So that's how we went from a 6 to a 9.
And then, let's see, LD Blasty. I don't remember how I calculate my damage.
Isn't it
It's a D10 plus your charisma.
Nice.
That's right, yeah. I knew it was somewhere on the sheet, and I have 4 damn sheets, and 2 of them are useless, and I should have stapled them in here. Thick. Well, I'll take 4.
All of our dice rolls are
Yeah, this is
Wait,
not
it's
one of
1d10
those-
plus what, and then do I get any other?
1d10 plus your charisma.
Okay, then yeah, so 4.
4 points of force damage. Already, it makes a save because force damage causes it to be pushed back. So it's even further back now. So it is not catching up with that wagon in this next round.
Take that, you loop fuck.
Alrighty. With that, goes to that creature who's going to use its turn to try to catch up. And it's going to chase the back now because it's closer.
And it wheezes.
Still not close enough to get to her, but Serenity, you now see the wolf that has come around from the front now chasing behind. Alright, that is its turn. Alright, with that, Serenity, you're up.
Okay. Does anyone need healing? I mean, it's a 1d4 plus 3, so either way, that's
I'm
gonna.
half dead.
Well, that
Half
you're in a
alive.
chest, so.
You're half alive.
Did I see him go into a chest?
He's hiding among the chests, yes.
There's only so much places you can hide.
He's
Yeah.
just
That's right.
Over there.
Lovely. Kicking the
Oh my-
kid out.
yeah. Go out there, kid. Go.
Yeah, go get. You got
Okay. To.
Why are you hiding?
Actually, no. You said you were doing. Whose dice was forsaking them so far?
So
Mine.
far, everyone's. It's been a.
The
it's-
most?
No, my last one was okay,
this.
actually.
Now mine have been shitty.
Okay, as my. Oh, that's an action.
Because he's entangled, he gets even further back from the wagon now. So technically, there's only one still able to chase you all.
Oh, I'm clearly focused out of the back. Let me think what else, what other bonus actions I have, or else it's just going to be heal him again keep going, but
Sometimes it's all you can do in a turn. Not every turn can be humongously epic.
True. Unless you're a barbarian.
I mean, not
Sorry,
unless
sorry,
my
yeah.
rabbit huff will give me an advantage on a throwing attack.
It will not.
I know, but I can jump 10 feet in the air as a bonus action.
Wow.
Boing! Yeah, so I guess what I'll do is, once again, I'll go over to him, and this time just a
Well,
first level.
So he's hiding.
Oh.
So you
Do
can't.
I make a roll to see him? Or?
Yeah, you'd have to make a roll to find him. Because
Okay.
basically he used his action to hide.
What's
You might
going
accidentally
to be
just
that?
give
And
him
it,
a
and it
perception?
said disadvantage. That was a cloak on.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you have the cloak. So yeah,
Oh.
you have to roll disadvantage to even try to see him.
Wait
That's a
for-
3.
Yeah, that's not going to work anyway.
He
Okay.
disappeared.
Okay, well then I just don't use a bonus action this round, but I am going to cantrip. Or no, this is a first level spell. I'm going to cast Ice Knife, and I'm going to throw it at the wolf that's closest to the wagon in front of me, because clearly that's what I see.
Alrighty.
10.
It misses, but Ice Knife still goes off. Ice Knife's ability is if it misses, it hits wherever it lands and it explodes. So it has
So
to
is
make
it
a.
half damage?
No, you still have to roll, but he has to make a dexterity saving throw, which it fails.
Nice.
When I hit, the target takes that. Hit or miss the shards and explode the target, and each creature within 5 feet. Does that include the
No,
Okay.
they're for.
Yeah,
You have to imagine they're all way
Good.
further back now.
Wesselton will not get hit. That's all I was concerned about. He failed to 2d6. 4 and 4. Do I add my modifier to that, or is it just 2d6?
If it says it in your description of the spell,
No, it just says 2d6.
then it's just 2d6.
Okay, so that's
That was 8.
8 cold
Cut
damage.
it, what did you do? Cut it in half, or?
No, he failed that part. So the first part he takes no damage, but the second part
Oh,
he takes
I
that.
gotcha.
So there's 2 parts to the spell.
There's like a potential puncture,
Yeah.
basically.
So
And then
I
it
could
explodes.
either hit them with the knife and do cold damage, or I could miss with the knife but still possibly do cold damage.
because it is cold damage, it does reduce
It's
his
an
speed.
exploding ice knife.
You're gonna
However,
go,
he
like-
is resistant, which means it only does 4 damage.
It's something.
But
Counts.
yes, you have slowed him
better
down.
than me.
It was something.
Jareth, you're up.
I know ice spells.
Okay. If two-handed fighting, I can't have like a short bow and throw a dagger. Is it only
you
melee?
can have a hand crossbow and
Oh.
and a dagger, but you
Oh,
can't
yeah,
use a
it's
short bow with one arm.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why they call me Long Tooth.
Yeah, it says he's missing one tooth specifically. That's my plucking tooth.
Okay. I'll pop out of hiding and
Surprise!
shoot a fireball.
There you are.
Shoot a fireball at the one on your right.
Alrighty. So you get advantage on that attack because you are sneak attacking.
Oh, nice. So it's 18 plus my spell attack.
Correct.
So that's 22,
That hits.
but not plus my modifier.
Yeah, that's for the damage, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Your modifier is what your damage output is. Modify the damage
So,
and your
one-
attack. to your
Basically,
attack.
but say when you're rolling an attack, you're adding your proficiency and your spell modifier. The only thing you take away for the damage is the proficiency.
Okay.
So you always keep your modifier. That's the proficiency is the only thing that goes away.
So you're telling
wait.
us that what's at the top of our screen here
Like,
not
right-
what we add, because this is
Look.
what it's saying we add. Spell
Yes,
attack
that's
is this.
because that's already adding in
This
your
is
modifier.
probably the reason why
Okay.
using
What
the
is-
apps is so
wait, where?
handy.
So your spell attack
Yeah,
is
it
already
does all work
everything
for it.
added
Does it for
together.
you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So +5 is your proficiency and your
Well,
other
mine.
thing to it. Your modifier is +3. That's what you add for your damage.
Okay. Yeah.
It is mine.
So how much damage did you do?
What's this?
7
Hit
plus
DC plus 4. Okay, so I did 3 plus my modifier, so that's 5, and then what is it? 1d6 for sneak.
It should
is
be
it
more
2?
than that. I think it's
I think it's
2d6 for sneak attack.
5 plus 1. That's 6.
Dangerous pastime.
Alrighty. Yes, it is 2d6. So how much total damage?
8
8?
fire.
Alrighty.
In my bonus action, I will hide again. It used to be saying that because it's just gonna happen a lot.
You notice as the flame hits this wolf, it almost seems to ignite its fur, causing severe damage as it curls in pain and backs off.
Now he's not furry.
You notice fire seems to have more of an effect on these creatures than any other
That
type.
makes sense.
You want to have some
Napalm?
kerosene, some alchemist.
Alright, gonna roll for the control of the beasts again. Natural 20, there he goes. Alright, he got his orc back under control as the wagon stops shaking massively and angrily, and he starts to turn it back to the main road. So he's going to use his turn to steer and move the cart. And then the other Elsar is going to use her turn. She's concentrating on a spell. She can't kiss another.
Oh yeah, the bird.
Oh, yeah, the bird gets to go, yeah.
Okay.
So what would you like your bird to do?
Let's just attack the.
Oh,
Fire.
Wesselton didn't go after my turn.
Correct. So you guys,
Oh, that is
you guys got to
another
keep track of your summons.
That is another nat 20.
Alrighty.
Oh, and that was
So you roll whatever you were going to do for Wesselton. But from now on, you guys got to keep track of your
I
animals.
mean, all he was doing was attacking, and that wouldn't have hit anyway.
So
Begin.
it's
Problem solved.
what's his damage again? The dex.
It's a D4. It's a D4 plus Dex.
Oh, nice. 7, 14 points.
Nice.
What?
Let's have the bird do all the attacking.
Oh, that's right, net 20. Yeah.
Yeah, because 4. and
Yeah,
then
4 plus
the,
your
plus
plus
3
So
is
the
7.
barbarian
That's
does
100.
0 damage, the bird
What-
does
oh,
like
is it just
21.
double the dice? Or?
No, it's double
Oh,
the
I also
result.
hit
So you
9.
got, yeah, it's 14.
I think
So
these
that-
wolves are
what-
weak to birds.
23 points of damage.
Nice.
The birds are their weakness.
Just use the birds. I'm going to have some coffee.
Alrighty. With that, this wolf is going to run away
Oh, what up?
because it is in pain.
That's right.
And with that, this wolf, not being able to catch up, is going to go chase after its friend.
It's like smoldering.
So, we leave combat now as the entangled wolf is the only one who has not been damaged or touched, but it is further back now, and with the concentration still being cast, it cannot move.
They'll never catch up.
Nope, at least not until you're out of range of the spell for her to be able to keep,
And they're beasts, so it's not like he's constantly going,
I will hunt you down and chase you.
Right, right.
Where the hell did they even?
He's like, well, there goes that.
Were
meal.
those the same wolves that she petted?
No, those were like coming out of
Yeah.
the cave.
Well, they weren't the same wolves, they're the same type of
right,
wolves.
right, right.
Yeah.
But those were babies. Like a mom with some babies.
Yeah.
I got to pet the baby.
Alrighty. So, as Boro and Elsar sit back down, getting their child calmed as they were a little shaken up, the rest of you sit back into the wagon
It's like they're
as
posing
the
for the painting.
as Boro is
The
not
rings
too
don't
keen on
matter.
letting anybody drive again for a while.
Wasn't my fault.
I appreciate the rest I was able to gain, but I'll take it from here.
And let's leave the drug.
That's coming from him, by the way, from the translation, because you don't actually speak.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
So
I'll just say, yeah, he said you suck.
Tell him it wasn't my fucking fault. Of course, you saw the fucking wolves. They spoke.
I'm going back up to the animal pulling the cart and his petting it.
well, so you're like jumping on top of it while it's in motion, or what?
Still
Because
We're not
it's moving
stopped.
forward. Yeah, you guys are going at a brisk pace, not running now, but you're going brisk enough to avoid any of the wolves pursuing. So
I'm trying to calm it
Your
down.
petting shall have to wait.
Do you heal from a short rest?
you do not. Well, you can't.
Does
You can choose
Wesselton-
to. You can choose to
Wait.
roll one of your
Did I
hit
leave
dice, but that lowers your total max health
Wait,
Oh.
Really?
Wesselton.
until you rest long again and it comes back.
Wesselton!
He's gone. He's gone.
Oh,
No, it's like the wolves ran off. It's like we're out, and so it's like Wesselton wouldn't be chasing after them. Is he keeping up with us?
Wesselton would have disappeared by the time because you guys got way out of distance. So
Oh, he
It
didn't
just-
chase after us.
just
He's a little
disappears.
weasel. He can't keep up with a whole.
He's like,
party.
give
He's
me
a
the
giant
bird.
weasel.
His speed isn't enough to
Whatever.
keep up with the orc, though.
It was 40.
The orc is a pack animal who's supposed to basically, take a long trip, whereas the creature is only sprinting and is not a creature in the snow, so it's going at half speed. Weasels are not snow animals.
Fine, at least get it off the map. So
If
not
we're gonna
looking
be
at
in
it.
this cart for 8 hours, I'm just gonna take a long rest.
But yes, it is going to be a long cart ride now, because now you guys have a few days before
guys.
you reach the city you're
It's
heading
feeling a
to.
little beat up.
Giant.
I'm gonna take
I'm feeling emotionally beat up. I didn't hit anything.
Wait,
You'll have your day.
are we taking rests now? What?
You're welcome to do so.
I
It's
am.
it's still the middle of the day, but it's if you're not doing anything specifically. But yeah,
If I don't have a driving shift, I'll definitely sleep a little bit.
I know what I'm going to do because I'm going to summon my own familiar now.
already you're gonna cast it as a
Well, you gotta have
ritual
something that
spell.
does damage, right?
Yeah, it says it takes an hour, so that's why I couldn't
Yeah.
just like do it. I don't know if this is probably the same, but
What
Well-
type?
So mine, given that it's through the pact, I only have so many options, but one of them says pseudo dragon, and that sounds fun
A pseudo dragon.
because I don't give a shit about an imp. I don't remember what the other ones. It was like a quasite. I don't know what that is. What was it? Page 107.
Oh, I have a question.
Hmm.
Can I learn different spells?
Quasit.
I
I don't have a
no.
monster manual.
You can,
so I don't know what a quasit is.
as a wizard, you prepare spells, but
Right.
because you're not a wizard, you are a rogue arcane.
Yeah.
It's just whatever you chose is what you have.
And then maybe get to like
And then
rearrange
during a
like a level up.
during a long rest, you can prepare different spells that you have.
Oh, I can?
Because there's a wizard spell. So wizards, clerics, and druids have to prepare spells.
Okay, well maybe
I believe it's druids,
no,
right? You have to
okay.
prepare spells as well, right? Or is it just ones you have?
Oh, man.
Because I know wizards and clerics have to prepare their spells.
Yes, I could technically prepare and unprepare
Okay,
by
yes.
next day.
So yes, during a long rest, you can switch out spells.
Ooh.
Now, the ones that don't
well,
do
I
that
mean,
are
technically, I'm taking a long rest because I'm trying to get my spell
warlocks,
slots back.
sorcerers, paladins, and whatever the other one was, I'm forgetting. Bards. Those just have innate spellcasting, so they don't have to prepare them. Alrighty. So, as the day of travel continues, is there anything specific anyone would like to do other than summoning your familiar for the remainder of today? Because you already rolled for today. That was where the wolves came from. So you don't have to make another roll for this time.
I'll also do a long rest.
Okay. And then, Serenity, is there anything you would like to do?
Nope, I'm just gonna rest and get some new spells.
Alrighty. So, with that, then, the next day comes as the night drops, as those who cannot deal with the cold starts to bundle together into the middle of the wagon. As
Yeah, this time animal friendship.
the darkness comes over and the night brings a frost. And as you all sleep and rest, Tidgwick, you hear a familiar voice, one you haven't heard in some time, as seems to have either gone quiet or become busy as of late. Well, that was certainly a thrilling few days. I felt like I was going to have to find someone new to help me there for a second. As the voice in your head speaks up. Now then, perhaps you would care to catch me up. I seem to recall in your memories one of the familiar faces I was supposed to enjoy. Yet you did nothing in front of them. You let them go. Thought we had a deal. In your head.
Which of faces are you referring to?
The
Is it-
gold, Robin.
Right. No, that wasn't actually Robin. I can understand you being confused. I was confused at the time. I could have thought it was her, but that was actually an old witch.
Cravens.
Are you familiar with the rabbit?
I am not, but I am familiar with their kind. They interfere with mine all too often. But no matter. The point is, with that, we were given a little glimpse into what we need to find. Or did you not notice? Your memory shows she seemed to have current information. She did not simply take the shape, but knew the memories of Robin.
That's a good point. It hadn't occurred to me whether she was somehow taking it from my memories and my version of her. I don't know how magic works, honestly. It's kind of cool. I mean, you know how new I am to this. Still kind of figuring it all out.
Perhaps she had new or more information than she let on. Ravens can play tricks on the mind.
She was very much trying to fuck with me. I don't know if you can tell. I'm missing a horn. I don't love that.
How unfortunate for you.
It's not the worst. They weren't exactly useful. It's mildly embarrassing at worst. I'll get used to it. But yeah, it was more of like a bargain thing. She was quite powerful, and I think I got out of there with a pretty sweet deal. All things considered, she could read my mind and make me see terrifying things and different places that I shouldn't have been.
Perhaps Robin is closer to there than we think.
Possible. We're actually headed back to the big city right now. Maybe it was almost the witch's way of like warning me. I don't know.
What is the use of going back?
Well, there's this thing called gold, and I kind of need it to pay for things. So yeah, I took a job, and once I'm done with the job, it's straight back to you stuff. Promise. It's just like I say, with gold I can do things that'll make me better, and then when
Roll
I'm better,
a
I can...
wisdom saving throw.
15.
You feel a tight grip around your mind, like the worst migraine. We had a deal. I took you out. I gave you freedom and power. I demand food.
Oh no, you're going to get fed. It's not that. It's like it's a mortal thing. Trust me, it's gonna be fine. The more money I have, the more things I can do to make Robin all the more
I
succulent.
am not patient for your mortal time.
So I'm coming to learn.
I have a limited window. I need food, or your power will start to dwindle.
Okay, fair enough. I don't like that. Is there something I can do in the meantime? I said, when we get to Robin, I'm gonna make sure she's like a fucking Thanksgiving dinner for you. Okay, that's what this gold is gonna do. But I don't know. Point me somewhere for now. I'm going to Giantstown. I'm going back to the city. Maybe I'll see Robin in the city. Maybe it'll be after the city. Like, what do I need to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again? Because this fucking hurts, and I don't want to lose my powers.
Find me something. Anything. As long as it brings you great anger. Something you despise. Only your hate and vengeance will feed me.
I can work with that. I will find you something.
Disappears like a voice disappearing in the distance as the strain on your brain begins to let up. been some time since he's talked, or it's talked. Usually, it keeps itself occupied in its own world. You only usually hear from them when they are cornered for some reason or another. Or if you are asking for advice, you may call out to them as well. But for now, they seem to have taken their leave.
You alright, man?
As,
Making some noises in your sleep over there.
You look constipated.
Yeah.
sorry, no, I
You
got
have a grumpy?
get these weird magical headaches. It's a warlock thing. Don't worry about it. Bad dreams give me headaches.
And as the night passes on, and all of you get a long rest,
Hey.
so you all recover your HP. The day comes, and you are now 3 days out from the city of Pomchi, which is about a week's journey from the capital. So half your trip is nearly over. So that, we start a new roll system. I would like one of you to roll me a d20 for the day.
Oh.
Who didn't do it last time?
I know I did.
I think everybody did.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we all did.
Oh.
You pig fucker.
It could be a good thing. A natural one. That's a good thing, right?
Natural
Holy
one.
shit. I'll rage.
I turn into a rat
Got
and
my
hide
other
in the
way.
chest.
Go ahead and hide now.
I'm gonna.
This could be bad or good depending on how you all play it. So I'll let you know that.
never know. I guess
That'll be
That's never a
interesting.
good thing. Since when are D&D players smart?
Right?
As you are all traveling, I would like all of you to make perception checks.
Does this include our familiars?
No.
No.
Nope.
Oh no.
And then, which one of you had tremor sense?
I do.
You do. Okay, so you get advantage on yours.
I have danger sense.
8. Oh, wait. What was the first one?
Perception.
It would have to be something you can see. So technically, you can't see
That
this
was my
yet.
first roll.
So
Mine is a 15.
15. All right.
Mine's a
Okay.
Hey, I got an 8.
18.
All right. So
Not
you
having a good night.
sense
like
it
one-
first.
Switch out your die.
One decent roll. I have one.
There's a slight rumbling. You start to notice the wagon begins to shake a little bit more than is typical for it. Almost like something is off balancing its traveling as the wheels begin to rumble, and rattle. At first, it's light, so light that only you can sense it. As you notice, no one else seems to take notice. And with your tremor sense, you can tell it is coming from behind the wagon.
I do get all of these, right? If I click here, it says senses with the little cog.
If it has a certain number behind it, yeah.
Oh,
Tremor sense should have a number if you have it. If not, then that's just a description.
It's an interesting skill to have.
is that just all?
Oh, you're just looking at the description. So yeah, you don't have tremor sense then.
Oh,
It would be in your senses with a number behind it.
I got it. No, I don't.
So you
Okay.
sense nothing.
I did.
You still sense it with the 18, but you
I
don't
mean,
know
yeah.
where it's coming from. You just sense the rattling. You don't quite know what it is, but something underground is causing the shake. Perhaps a small quake.
Do we feel that earthquake?
No.
Well, there is one.
I
I-
think I know what it might be.
Assumed it was the leftovers of my migraine.
Pang,
So-
with your 15 and with a few minutes of time now and caution, you start to sense it as well. It's light, and so minuscule, but it's shaking enough of the wagon to concern you. Especially because if it was a quake, it wouldn't be as long lasting as it currently is.
And it's getting stronger.
It seems to be getting stronger. Continuing down the path you are right now, it's getting stronger and heavier.
Does it remind me of the vibrations that we felt in the cave?
Roll me a nature check.
Give me right this
Oh,
one
man,
time.
do those worm thingies travel
Oh,
really
man.
far?
And... Oh, fuck. -1. 9.
It could very well be a creature you have fought before, but it could also be the quakes that do tend to be frequent around the mountain areas.
I'm going to use my cheap dice for this.
So it is hard to discern exactly what it is.
Can I persuade it to stop?
Not unless you can see it
that?
and interact with it. Whatever it is. But as nobody is
Nice.
able to determine what it is, what would you all like to do as you have the knowledge now that there is at least something causing the quake?
Is my danger sense kicking out now? Because it seems like a quake could be dangerous.
I think doesn't it rely on your actual sight though?
It
You have
does.
To, like see danger.
So I don't see anything, I just feel
You
it.
see the quaking, so your danger sense is active now, at least on the quaking. So you are aware now there
We're still on the
is-
cart.
You are. The cart is starting to shake no more rapidly now.
What are our surroundings?
Currently, you're surrounded by large amounts of snow. There is trees to the
tundra.
far distance. However, the tree line has started to dim down as you've left the forest areas and have started to go more into the open valleys. So you're getting more into where you're going to find more main roads and towns and cities than you're going to find, mountains and forests.
I don't
So
know.
there's
how
not a
I
lot
did
around
it.
you.
On a road?
You're kind
in
of
the
just
mountains?
you're kind of just out in the middle of the road on a long trailway.
Don't
No
know my
mountains
help.
around us, no trees.
Not directly around you, but you can still see the mountain range. The mountain range is probably now about
Yeah, we're not in like
a couple miles away.
Nebraska.
So comparatively where you were previously, the mountains aren't nearly as close. So instead of an hour, it'd probably take you a good 3 hours to get off the road into the nearest mountain range.
Yeah.
Hey, can you ask our driver friend here to maybe we want to kick this into high gear?
Yeah, let them know that
Yeah.
it's normal.
I'll say to the father, are you sensing what I am? Something's not right.
Yeah.
Something is afoot.
He might know what's up. Does he know what it is?
It's a minor quake, is all. Nothing
That's-
to worry.
Let's not waste time then. This makes me uneasy.
If you say so, I will travel more.
Thank you.
As he whips the reins, causing the orc to kind of growl with anger toward it.
Right, let's keep this pace
As it
up.
continues to move forward now, and now the shaking has started to increase rapidly. Now you're all feeling it.
Under
We're
us?
being hunted
Stop.
by one of those big ones.
Yes.
Stop.
Think we should stop?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
pet it. I'm sorry.
No, we shouldn't
No,
stop.
no,
Because
we just
we're
need to
making
stop.
Vibrations.
Ah.
Good point.
We just need to stop.
Stop
Ask
and
the guys.
stop,
ask the guys
drop,
stop.
and not roll.
And tell them it's one of those worms.
Yeah, tell them it's a worm. We need to
I'll
stop.
say, I
Something
think this
up here is just telling me stop.
this might be one of those worms. Maybe it's best for us to stop movement altogether. We're attracting attention.
Very well. Stop. Go. Stop. Whatever it is.
It's stopped now.
Ooh.
Oh.
Its animal handling check did not do too well with trying to pull back the speed.
Can I try to?
As the orc does start to slow down, but is still going at a
Let
pace.
the rabbit pet it.
No, I want to do animal friendship first.
You want to try animal friendship on the orc?
Isn't that what I could do?
He is an animal.
Befriend it, or would talking to it be better? Because now I can speak with animals as well.
Your
I
choice.
prepared news.
Do one or the other.
Persuade it.
So that's the thing. Should I try to charm it, or should I just
No,
speak?
I would just say, hey man, because he
Okay.
probably doesn't want to move anymore anyway.
True.
He's probably like, screw
Okay.
this job.
Right.
Well then, yeah, I'm gonna cast speak with animals, and I wanted to tell it something is coming, and we need to stop because it's sensitive to sound.
Who are you? Why? Can I understand you?
Can I tell you about it after we stop, please? We're
Stop.
in danger.
Stop. Why stop?
Because we're in danger, and it.
The whip means go. The whip.
He's trying to make you stop.
Roll a persuasion check.
Why do I have a dot and then nothing happens? 14.
14.
I have a dot. I'm proficient in it, and yet I can't do nothing.
Welcome to my rolls.
Thank
tonight.
you, penguins. I gotta get my turtle dice out. And
So
use
I
those
rolled an
instead.
intelligence check for it. You got a nat 20.
Ooh.
So it does respond to your attempts. All right. All right.
Got a smart horse.
It's
Right?
sensitive to
Smart
sound.
cow.
We have to be.
Right. As the wagon comes to a halt, and the wheels stop creaking,
Petting it.
Get your face. Tommy.
and the silence takes over for a brief moment. You all feel the vibration now, even closer and closer, and it's starting to shake the wagon
Battle axe at the
violently.
ready.
And then you feel it go directly under your vehicle. And the cart almost lifts up from the large amount of snow being lifted up under it. But it seems to continue forward. And you all get a good glimpse now of the massive snow pile moving past your wagon.
Like the opposite of Dune.
Out of character. Is this anything like the other giant creature in the desert my other team encountered with the train?
No.
Okay, so it's not that big.
That was a goddess. And
It's not that big.
No. She's not up here.
Well,
she
no,
would,
I'm saying
she
is
would
it
not want
like-
to be in the snowlands.
No, I'm saying is it
No.
like size-wise?
Jereth, just a high five to Bunny.
No, size-wise, it's bigger.
Good thinking.
High hoof.
The
Good.
snow puff was bigger?
Good thinking.
The snow puff is just the top of the creature.
So it's a big ass thing.
It's a god. It's a god.
Saved
It's
our-
one of the
you
gods.
saved our butts. Serenity.
I never said that.
Hmm?
Gods aren't
Just-
based on their size, remember?
Yeah.
You met the monkey god in your last campaign. He was short and tiny.
I
so-
know, but my Serenity doesn't.
Oh, I thought you were saying to me, like... 'cause you
No,
were still out
no.
of
This
character.
is Serenity
Okay.
going. It's big. It's a god. Oh no, that's a god.
So we'll hunker and be still.
So with that, it'll give you... How long would you guys like to stay put?
An hour?
An hour? All right. As an hour goes by in silence, you can tell that the child, being kind of
Oh,
a young
bastard.
kid, is not enjoying this time of silence, but the mother is keeping him as quiet as she can, explaining the situation. Of course, his mind is thinking he's brave, and whatever it is, Dad should not be afraid of it.
After an hour, I'm gonna try to encourage my new friend. Alright, let's go, but not quickly. Do a nice kind of walk pace. Try to be easy on us.
Okay.
Thank you. Can I get you anything?
I am a little hungry.
I turn to you so you can translate. Do we have any food for this guy?
Alright, and I'll say to the dad, feed the horse.
Yes, of course, of course. As the father gets up, you all kind of feel the wagon move as he starts to get up. As
Easy. Easy.
Can't exactly help that. As he goes into his boxes, you guys see him pull out just a large amount of grain, one-armed. Basically like a rolled up grain pile.
Oh, that's gonna be big. That's gonna be big.
Roll me a strength check.
That's gonna be +0. This is
It's his time.
the duel. No. All the way over to 5.
As you fall backwards into the snow with the weight of the grain on top of you.
So I'm now in the snow with the grain on top, and my little buddy like just out of the snow, just in the air. Help! There's somebody help me, please.
Your friend is very funny.
I'll gently
I'm
climb
going to
down
the
off of
snow.
the
Off.
what the hell's it called?
Wagon.
Hey.
Wagon. And pull the grain off of her.
My head pops out
As
of
you
the snow.
one-handed lift it up.
Right.
Head pops out of the snow. I'm a snow pop. Shakes it off. Hops back on the wagon.
I'll gently take it over to the horse.
As it begins to consume it very quickly, as though it is large to you, the size of the orc, it's a snack. So it begins to eat, and in a short period of 5 minutes, it has consumed the grain.
Feeling better?
I
How long does
You're
my
all on the
animal
same
thing
side of
last?
me.
think it's an hour.
When you came to the other side, I could share.
Wrong page. Keep
What do you want then?
going.
First, to speak with animals is either an hour. Yeah, it's an hour. To speak with plants is also an hour. Maybe it's a minute.
I think it's 10. It says duration 10 minutes because it
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
say in the description.
Well, there you go. 10
Oh,
minutes.
so
So, yeah.
So that second part was just intuition.
Oh,
You
I
just
thought
heard
it was
like
longer.
a growl from its stomach. You're like,
Yeah, intuition.
Alrighty, so with that, though the trip has been delayed just a little bit, you all continue at a decent pace, but not too quickly. So going at about half your speed, that will give you guys about an extra day was worth of travel.
Okay.
Just until we get to just until we get somewhere we think the thing will not follow us. Because I don't think it'll follow us if there are a bunch of trees.
well, plus if we get to a more mountainous area, wouldn't the land be rockier and therefore harder to like burrow under?
Probably.
Hopefully. I don't know if it's that damn
The
big.
creatures tend to stay closer to the mountain layers because that's where their nests are made. So
Yeah.
even for Upang, it is strange to see a creature come this far out, closer to the shore, but not impossible. So something must have drawn its attention out that far distance.
Interesting.
But it is past, and the day goes on as the night comes again. A nice night this time, not as cold as the previous. So as the new day rises, who would like to roll the next d20?
If someone gives me their d20, I'll
I'll
roll it.
try it. I'm gonna do my little cheapy dice. Oh, you want to do it?
And that's up to you. You just
Let me
back
try
me
the
in.
let me try the cheapy dice. There you go. 19.
All right, I'll do yours
19.
next.
The day is
I know,
very
you want my
nice.
food.
The sun is seeable through the clouds,
I know,
creating
you
a
want my
nice
food.
temperature area of where those who are not used to the cold feel a nice reprieve as the sun bears down on you for the first time in many days. And with that, this trip of this day goes by much quicker, gaining you back the day you lost.
Woohoo!
Good roll.
Yay, cheapy dice.
We'll take the cheapy dice.
Alrighty, with that, there's only a day left of travel. So who would like to roll the last day's travel before
Go
you
ahead.
reach the small town?
10.
10.
It's only half as good. I got an evil touchdown.
Better than my
I'm sorry.
one.
Bless your dice. I'm
That's
sorry.
not evil. Neither good nor bad.
As you all continue to travel,
Okay.
the day goes by decently brisk. About half the day goes by as the midday comes around. You all start to see glimpses and shadows in the distance far ahead that are reminiscent of a small town or some buildings. Only a few hours away now from the town. However, you also see on the road ahead what appears to be a wagon that has been either crashed or fallen off on its side. And around it, from this distance, you can see 4 shadows of humanoid figures.
Oh.
Scope,
Humanoid.
Scope it out with
2
with,
legs, 2 arms, and a head. It could be
Yeah.
anything. It could be anything.
Literally, humanoid just means a playable character.
No, I get that. My brain was going, probably not.
So
right?
they're broken
I'm
down.
gonna do a fly.
Looks like from this distance, from what you can see, you guys are still a good couple miles before you reach them.
Well, it
but-
doesn't look like a freaking giant.
Send
worm.
your bird.
Jareth closes his eyes.
All
Enters
right.
the mind
Just to
of
make
Ben.
sure.
As Ben
something
flies
is
out,
Just make sure something's taken care of because it's a cantrip. It's not going to take a spell slot. I'm going to guidance him in case we need some sort of rolls.
who? Oh, him specifically?
I mean, am I allowed to guidance them all? It's just a cantrip. It's
No,
not-
guidance is a touch, so you have to be touching the individual.
Yeah.
So,
So I
What's
go up to
guidance?
him. And I'm
guidance
like,
is
Gives you
a
second advantage on
it's
spells.
basically give a D4 to somebody, if they're going
And
to
you
roll
can use
something
it
like
for
an
your
ability
checks and
check.
stuff.
Ah.
So I walk up to you and just kind of pat, kind of like that little warm glow, like, here's some rabbit luck.
Oh.
Bunny luck.
Lucky
Thanks.
rabbits.
Alrighty.
Man, my foot just comes up and taps you on the shoulder.
Lucky
Cannon.
rabbits.
Cannon.
As your
I'm getting
as Ben flies overhead, and you see in the distance now as it comes closer, there are 4 individuals, it looks like. They do appear to be half giant or Goliath, what's your preference. All 4 of them are male. Looks like they are attempting to repair the wagon that has lost what appears to be its rightmost wheel, and apparently a good chunk of its right half.
Can I look at in the surrounding or the woods or whatever, just to check for an ambush?
Roll perception check. So you use the bird's perception,
that's,
so it'll be with advantage.
11.
Hmm?
So 11 plus.
I was gonna say just like interference and hit my butt.
Wait, it's his. Perception. 15.
15. As you look around, and Ben flies overhead and a little bit further in as you start to get closer now to more trees as you get closer to the town, you don't see any other humanoids around. You do see a couple of other creatures kind of on the outskirts of the forest, but just the normal ones you would see hunting for creatures. A couple of wolves that don't seem to be paying any mind, hunting what appears to be some small white rabbits.
All right, everyone. I can't hear you, but just know that yeah, it looks like 4 half giants are broken down at the head, and I don't see anyone else preparing to attack from the sides, except for a couple people hunting.
Well, we were shown a kindness by these fine folks, and maybe it's an opportunity for us to pay forward.
Keep your guard up.
Alright.
If my dad taught me anything, it's don't trust people on the side of the road.
Fair enough.
It's
Agreed.
true. I will stealth.
So you're going to
That
hide
could be
in one's
in game
barrels?
or out of character.
Or
My dad
kneel in
literally
there.
taught me don't
All
trust
right.
people on the side
in
of
a
the road.
barrel, but
Basically, you're hiding in the storage area.
I'll just keep my great axe on my shoulder, casual, non-threatening, yet ready.
Alrighty. As you guys get closer, Uphang, roll me a perception check.
12, 15.
As you get closer, you begin to recognize one of them. A long-haired male, half giant, bit shorter than most, only about 6'5", so a smaller,
Tiny.
smaller half giant.
Well, then again,
But
I don't know
always
Uphang's
a familiar sight when you
preferences,
see them, as
so
it was
long-haired, shorter male
readily
could.
easy way to pick on them. As you see your younger brother,
Hey!
shit.
what?
Upti,
Upti?
UP, and then -TEE, Upti. And he seems to be attempting to help lift the wagon with the other 2 next to him. You do not recognize the other half giants, however. But you
So
do
I
rec-
recognize, like, it's definitely my brother.
Definitely, that is
First
Upti, and he is showing off what little muscle he has comparatively
You
to
get along with
others.
your brother?
Of course. I'll run up and go, little bro, looks like you need some help once again. Let your big brother help you out.
As he's lifting up, he looks to you. I can take it.
No, you know you can't. Get out of the way.
You just start tapping him on the shoulder and it makes him drop it.
T, who is this? As the one who's not helping lift, who's just kind of standing in the back, you see a large, bearded, with a bald head, half giant,
Just
much
slowly
bigger
pop it.
than the other three, but still slightly
I got
shorter than yourself.
My
Yeah.
twists
Um,
and
Kind of just
Something like
staring now daggers at you in kind of
Because I'm weird.
suspicion as you're riding up toward their wagon, and you can see him going for what appears to be a great sword on his side.
slowly
Unexpected.
walk over
This
to
is
these
my brother.
individuals and just like stand there.
My
'cause I'm
brother.
so short, they probably don't see me.
We haven't seen each other in years.
He puts it down. He speaks true. He is my older brother.
Better looking, don't forget.
I just pop my head out from
Is
behind.
this all in giant?
Yes,
So we have no idea.
correct.
I just pop my head out from behind him, like I was standing behind. I'm just down here though, so I don't know if they'll see me, but I'm just like, "You gonna introduce us?"
I'll translate. Oh, sorry. This is my little brother. I have not seen him in years.
Family.
Now you all get a better look at him. He has long hair, kind of, you can definitely tell a young body of a small half giant.
And his name's Upty.
Up tea.
So this is Upty.
Up egg. Up
Oh,
tea.
see.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
Why do you travel with
Yeah, I don't know what that
Let
was.
me-
creatures such as
Oh,
these
you got it.
smaller ones?
Yeah, I'm that. Yeah, I'm small.
Oh, I have mending. Can I
Oh,
cast mending on their wagon at all?
There you go.
mending only works on small areas, but you can, if once they are able to get the
Fix the
wheel on, you can put the, you can attach the wheel.
I actually have comprehend languages. Comprehend languages. I'm going to cast that.
Alrighty.
I'm a dingus.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Yep.
What's this one?
It's garlic dip. You can do
I
it.
see you travel with Boro. Interesting. Boro, I did not know you knew my elder brother. I did not until a few days ago. They aided me against many wolves,
Oh, I feel so bad.
so I offered them a ride. They are merely passing
Is that right?
through the town. Very well. As you see, we had an unexpected visitor. One of the creatures from the mountains, for some reason, decided to visit our humble dwellings out here. We were ambushed on the side of the road. Thankfully, it seemed to only be interested in the materials in our wagon. Only took half of it with it.
Is he talking about one of the worms?
Yes.
I think
Oh,
that
shit.
came under us.
I'm not too sure why one of them was traveling out this far, but we were caught off guard. Otherwise, we would have slowed down to avoid it.
Yes, we saw one the other day. Big for the size, rare for this area.
So there was a buck as well. That doesn't bode well.
What do you think brings them over here?
Well, this one was clearly female based on the size of the bite. We avoided once it started to take a nibble. That way we could get out of its way.
I feel so out of place.
But that
It's all in here and
means
it's
we
like
have a
rice.
male and a
I
female
can
running
understand it,
around
but I can't.
outside of the mountains. That only means one thing. They're looking for new nestings. That could bode ill if it nests near Pomchi. Doesn't matter if it nests near us or not. The point is, we need to get my wagon back to the city. We need to inform the mayor. We need to rally. And we need to make sure this creature does not nest nearby by hunting down the female. Without that, the buck will flee to new grounds.
What did they say?
I'll give a quick translation.
I was gonna do that so you can do your thing.
Oh, that's right. You have.
So I'll be passively translating because I can't participate. So you need to be the active one, and that way they maybe don't notice that I'm listening.
Is
Listening.
that an animal or like a monster?
No, I'm good.
I'll just kind of explain that the worm that we saw earlier that went under us.
Published or-
There's a
Garlic
female
dip.
in the area,
Kind of hummus.
They're looking for someone, maybe us, to dispose of said creature.
That thing was huge. We couldn't
Incorrect,
take it.
brother. We do not need your assistance. We would appreciate the help you can give, of course, for this situation.
Wait,
However, our town will take care of itself.
Wait, are you speaking common now?
No,
Because he was speaking common to me.
no. They can understand you. They just can't speak it.
Oh.
You're kind of like Spanish, right? Some people can.
Got it.
They're around enough of the Dragonborns that have come by that speak Common and Dragonic that they can understand what you're saying. They just don't speak the language.
Like my, it's like my language.
Yeah.
I think me serving enough of them would be that do.
It's a little bit different syntax when it comes to understanding giant versus common.
No offense, brother. Just offering our services.
As you always do, interfering where you're not needed.
I wouldn't want to take on the giant worm.
What are you doing out this far anyway? I thought Big Brother had you on guard duty back in town.
No, I have traveled far. I've done many missions. And now, this little rabbit I'm protecting for good coin to take to the city.
So, I spend my time being mocked by you all for my height and my choice to leave. And then what happens? The big tough brother goes off on his own anyway. Not so high on your power as a soldier, are you?
My days in the military taught me many things. Things that still haunt me. This is more my speed. Yes, you're right. I've learned. I've grown.
Meh. Well, if you need a place to stay for the night, you're welcome to stay at my abode.
Ah, thank you, brother.
It is not much, but it is mine.
Maybe you can catch us up on what's happened in the area, in the region. We have not heard news, not of late. We've been on the road.
Very well. I suppose then, if you've been on the road for a week or so, some changes have indeed happened. Very well. Help us get this wagon up and going, and I will take you to my abode.
So I'll
Dari,
translate.
you will
Oh,
enjoy your
well, let me
stay,
know if I can
of
help
course.
somewhere. I don't know how to fix it.
This is another very large, half giant sized cart, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they don't maybe help. Let's wait for a thing to kind of.
As Uphang and the
I mean,
other
I can
giants
hold
all
the
lift
wheel.
together. The kind
Pushes
of
up the wheel to hold it up.
humorous lift as the three
Starts rolling
full-sized
off.
ones lift up the cart, and his little brother is kind of lifting up the bottom part of the wheel track to put the wheel back on while they're lifting it.
Well, yeah, a little bit more. I'm gonna try to make garlic.
And you can see as the
Well, let me have any more.
Elsar, the wife of Boro, gets down and uses her abilities to kind of wrap around a
Magic.
vine using magic to kind of
The wheel.
keep the wheel and the axle together.
Somebody did.
Would this be a chance for him to mend?
Brother, he could mend
Yeah,
the
if
wheel.
you wanted to use mending,
Okay. Done.
as you're walking up close to do so,
I do it.
you get 3 death stares from the larger ones as you get closer to the wagon. What is this small one doing?
Just cast it. Just
Will I know what he's doing, or do I need to ask myself?
Unless he's told you, then yeah, you'd probably have to ask.
Did you tell me?
Not yet.
I say,
Did you ask?
what are you doing? We don't need help.
I'm gonna mend it.
Mend it. Magic, you mean? Very well. I'll translate to the team that he's gonna ensorcel the lovely wagon to fix it. And it'll be quicker and less backs being broken.
I just kind of look around. At all
Fine. As
I
you see
know.
the largest of them talk.
Mend it.
But I'm not paying for it.
First
He
one's
says,
free.
"Dude, there's no coin in it for you. Just do it."
Huh. The cantrip.
As you cast it and the mend holds as the wagon cap is sealed to it to make sure it doesn't fall out again. Useful.
Keep this one around, huh?
And then I give a
As
bow
you all
and I
push the
walk away.
wagon back onto the road, off the snow. Good. Unfortunately, our Auric bolted and then was consumed by the female. So we're going to be pulling the wagon ourselves for a while.
Mm. Do I know any form that's big enough to pull this wagon?
Technically, you do now.
Oh yeah, because I've befriended him.
You've met the Auric, so you can now take the shape of an animal or creature you've met or seen.
Ooh! Okay, so I'm guessing somebody translated that to me because that's the only way this is gonna happen. And so I excitedly go, I can help pull it.
What? No.
What is the rabbit talking about?
I can do it. I can do it.
We don't need weasels to pull a fucking cart.
No, watch this. And I turn into one of those.
As you see the bunny, get down onto the ground, and the legs now extend upward and are covered in a brown and white fur. And you see now the large Auric's body begin to take form next to the other Auric in almost perfect synergy. The only difference you can tell is the clear amount of white patched fur across the Auric's body.
Now,
Jereth goes,
are they superstitious
Holy
or are
shit.
they?
No, they've seen magic before because of the Dragonborns. And they're familiar more with her magic than they would be with like his or their magic. So nature-based magic is more common.
And I just automatically walk to the front of the wagon and try to kind of back myself up to it.
Jereth's like, Bunny, is that you?
Useful. I have a daughter that can do something like that trick. Not quite as impressive, though.
Still can't understand him.
It's damn good though.
I mean,
As he
Yeah,
latches,
I was about to say you. we
I don't know what
understand
this
you.
thing. What's the
I'm
sound this
okay,
thing
thanks.
makes?
it's like it's basically like a large cow. So
No, it's like
That helps females to higher pitch.
Just like the stuff you get at the Greek restaurant.
as the larger of them comes over to you and attaches the front part of the wagon to you, you can tell because of the part of it kind of bitten off that it's only basically one side of the rein now attached to you, but it's enough to where you have a grip now on it. It's basically wrapped around your back.
Oh yeah, that's her
Huh?
father's house.
Oh,
All right, creature, rabbit, thing, move forward.
Huh? I still don't understand him.
I'll translate.
Okay, lead the way.
Move him forward.
Forward! March! March!
As you all follow behind now.
I try to actually be fancy with my feet. I'm picking it up.
So I
and
guess
just
technically
kinda-
we can get back on our cart,
Correct. Yeah.
but that also is our person we're supposed to be protecting.
yeah, we need to be
I'm
in front.
Yeah.
I'm following behind you guys, so you're leading the way because I won't know where to
Right.
go, and that
Yeah,
way.
can we arrange to have our cart be in front of their cart so that I can sit on like
And our
I can sit
driver
in the
knows where
back?
he's going.
Yeah.
So I want to sit on the back and be able to keep eyes on.
Eyes on me as well as translate because I still won't understand what they're saying.
Also, yeah, depending on the amount of time, I think
You
that only
understand
lasts
with
for an
those.
hour.
Yeah, no, that's easy enough to
Like
do.
yours
So
is
you guys take point with your wagon as
Yeah, mine
Boro
lasts for an hour.
goes across forward in front of the other wagon of Dari. Dari is the name of the guy who had the long great sword at his side.
Dari's okay.
So it's DAR-E.
Dari.
Dar-E. Yeah. Dar is his family name. E is his name.
What?
Okay.
Aristocrat. Oh, okay.
Think goose.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen that since I was like 5.
You fancy
Hawk
feet.
will keep a lookout.
I'm just so happy that I can
Alrighty,
be helpful. That I'm
I'll
like
I'll ask my brother.
this very
How
mini
far,
hockey board.
how far is it to your town and abode?
Not far. You can see it in the distance some ways. It's only about a couple hours.
Oh, no.
I can only keep this form for an hour or until I fall unconscious.
Now,
So walking for an hour.
as the hour
'Cause y'all
begins
don't
to
know that.
pass, you're sitting in the same wagon. Is there anything you want to talk to your brother about? You haven't seen each other probably in about 10 years. It's been a while because he left. He was the first of your kin to leave before any of this whole, civil stuff began to happen. He just didn't like the concept of being a warrior. He was more of a farmer and a tradesman. So he decided to leave and go join one of the smaller villages of giants versus being in the main capital.
I'll ask him, so what is it you do now? Are you still farming or are you taking a trade? How
I
is
have-
the family?
Purchased a farm, yes. I do not run it myself. There is a good amount of the younger beasts, I believe they call it dragons.
Hmm.
They needed work, so I gave them work for affordable pay, while I run the trade shop I own in order to sell my goods, mostly the farming goods. But I also make some small furniture now.
So my little brother's done well for himself.
You're going to meet them anyway. I have mated.
Ah,
No offspring as of yet, but we have a good business going. My mate runs most of the financials. I run the front.
So glad no one's
very nice.
translating.
I'm glad to hear it, little brother. It's been too long.
Wait, sorry. Which cart are they in? Would we be able to hear this?
They're in the cart behind you.
That's right. Yeah, because
They're in my cart.
yeah, they're okay. That's what. Just making sure. Yes, this is all done.
There is something I should tell you about my mate, so you're not too surprised.
Oh, shit.
They are not of the giant kin. They are of the dragons.
Ah,
It is one of the white-scaled type. I met her when I found this village. At first, I was a bit skeptical. I did not like the idea of outside interaction. But as I grew to see more and more of the dragon kin walking around the town, getting to know many of them, we began to talk more, and I found them less than non-irritating. So I decided to do what we do. I told them I would make them my mate. They, of course, were against it. Apparently, you're not supposed to do that with their culture.
you don't bash him over the head like in our town?
I tried. It did not end well for me. You would be impressed. She is a mighty warrior.
Excellent. I'm happy for you.
I am surprised, brother. I am grateful that you are not against it, but I am also surprised that you would leave the home. The homeland is where you were most proud of, and you spoke the most highly of your service. Whatever it is that disturbed you, it must have been great indeed.
I have grown in many ways. I learned a lot. Not about the world, more about myself. What I did, how I did it, and why sometimes haunts me.
How long ago did you leave?
Hmm. Must be 5 years. Seems like yesterday. Some habits don't die easy.
Well, I'm glad you're not involved with all this foolishness that the king has produced. Our town is at a dangerous point being so close to the capital. Our people are not liked, and the sea dragons and the giants mixing together makes many in the capital uncomfortable. We are constantly watching for officials who pass through the town, checking to see if any of us are supporters or instigators for the king. It has made life difficult for sales for many of us. Only farming has stayed continuous. So we are not starving, but money is short.
What are your thoughts on these bird people? We've had some unpleasantries with them.
We have not had too many, but I've seen them in the distance some years back. They keep to themselves mostly, and they stay seemingly towards the eastern part of the continent. So thankfully I have not had too much dealings, though I have traded with some of them before. And the ones I have met, they are not altogether untrustworthy, but I always sensed that they were keeping something from me every time. Always watching around their shoulders. Always eyeing the product more than a normal salesman would. Almost as if they were eyeing the possibilities. I caution deals with them. At least the ones I have met. Perhaps there are some good ones, such as the Dragonkin I have met. But I am not one to say ill or good without more information.
I will keep your counsel. What you tell me is what I have experienced. They are sly, deceitful, and yet they do follow their own code of honor.
Indeed, there seems to be a pride among them.
Yes.
Well, you've certainly been busy, I suppose.
Here
Being
and
a
there.
bodyguard, is it?
Yes, bodyguard.
Hmm.
The coin is good.
Of course.
You can
He's my brother. I'm bullshitting him a little
seeing
bit.
a bit into the distance now, so
I'm
the
still
first
his
hour
older
is about to
brother.
kind of go by.
It's
Um,
awesome.
Give me a heads up when the hour.
He's got his own damn business, and here I am
Right.
slumming
For
along.
50 bucks.
I have something I want to do. So you just tell me when the hour is up.
The hour is pretty much up at this point, so this
Hour's
is
up. Honk!
All of a
Honk,
sudden,
honk, honk!
little rabbit appears.
And then, poof, into the snow.
Well, thanks for the small forward push. You hear
What?
a giant.
Head pops out of the snow. Again, snow pop. What?
Pretty easy. You two, get over there and pull. Yeah. As the
He
two
said
bigger
thank you.
guys lift up the wagon and start pulling it like, beasts of burden now.
That's
I mean,
mage
I could
hand
do
and
it
just-
one more time, but then I wouldn't be
one
able to
finger
change it into
push.
anything else today.
So did they not have the horse? Or?
The
It
Auric
ran
they
off.
had got eaten by the female.
Oh shit!
So
Yeah,
as
there
they
you
get
go.
down to
Female.
pull, the wagon
It's
becomes
funny when that happens.
hysterically lighter. So they're able to now pull easier with only 3 half giants versus 5.
I'll say I did a lot of
Your
work.
back is killing you, even though you had a huge strength modifier because you were an Auric. That was 5 giants on your back.
Yeah, so
So-
I crawl into. So I do my best to kind of hop into our cart because it's tall. I have to hop, and then as soon as I get to the floor, I'm doing that whole
Just collapsed.
literally just fall forward, face smacks on the floor, tired and like, oh my back.
The small one is weak.
I pulled that thing for an hour.
You don't know what he's saying.
I assumed that's what he said. I could kind of
I'll
sense
pass
the
the-
chuckle.
I'll pass Serenity.
It's not the size. It's the attitude. Let me tell you.
I pulled it
Don't
for
put
an
anything
hour.
cute around her.
I
Nothing
pulled
furry.
5
It's dangerous.
giants.
Do not judge by size, Dari. If you remember, I was the one who was victorious in our little scuffle.
Also mentioned I was pulling 5 giants by myself.
As he goes to kind of just observing his 2 men pulling the wagon, your brother kind of whispers to you, the one that I am currently with was one of his targets as well. She, of course, resisted his approach as well.
Interesting.
So I was the victor.
Be careful with that one. I sense danger with him.
Dari is brutish, but manageable as long as the coin stays good.
Very well.
But don't worry, brother. I will keep my eye on you, as I do all the men I hire. You can never tell these days. Even your own people can turn on you.
Yes, yes.
Well, you were there for much longer than I was. I don't know if you have heard much, but I have recently gotten word from an elder brother of ours. Upbon has sent word. Unfortunately, it appears our father has passed.
That is ill tidings. What happened?
He died a disrespectful death in his sleep of old age.
Ugh. Pray God that happens not to me.
Nor me. I may be small, but I still have the warrior's heart.
Yes, yes. And our mother?
She has gone on a spiritual journey to cast his ashes upon the top of the mountain. She seeks to gain the favor of the god in order to send him to the warrior's lands above.
Well, I wish her well.
Indeed, she has honor to boot. Perhaps she will die bravely on this journey, bringing both honor to her and father. But that is not the tidings I needed to tell you, though it is ill. Our eldest brother has taken control of the family's estate. He has eliminated all of our shares and taken them for himself. Updon and Updog have left and have searched for new dwellings. I have not heard from them since they sent their letter, so I do not know if they have found a new place to begin. However, our two sisters have married, and they are part of new clans now. So, unfortunately, I cannot ask them for aid in finding our brothers. As you know, it is forbidden for them to speak to us now, as they are part of a new clan.
Yes. Ill tide indeed. You never know, man.
Snow, Alabama?
We're out here in the middle of nowhere. Pickings within. So this bastard brother's trying to screw us out of our inheritance.
Yep. Your eldest brother, Upgore, has always been kind of a proud elder brother and has the elder brother syndrome
Yeah.
of I'm the most important, I'm the
I
firstborn.
deserve it all. Yeah.
So even though your father had basically a split of the inheritance evenly to all those that remained loyal to him, unfortunately your youngest already lost his anyway because he decided to leave. And you lost yours when you decided to leave as well.
Right.
But
My claim.
But your
How long
other
ago
two
did he-
brothers still had a fair split of 3 between the 3 of them, and now he's got everything. So apparently he was pretty quick
Side
to
quest.
act right after his after your father passed.
Okay. How long ago did Dad die?
From what the letter told me, which I received about 6 months prior, he passed away about a year ago. Service of the mail was not quick. Apparently they took their time in contacting me, but I'm just surprised they bothered to. Perhaps they are coming to our village, but I have not seen them, and it would not take a year to reach here. So, not too sure what they're going on. I don't know if they would support the king's war or not, but without their own proper home, I imagine it is a profitable outcome for them if a war begins.
So sidebar, where was the family's estate?
You were actually in the capital of the giants, so in the deep forests to the west.
Okay.
So the main
So not
capital
where
of the
we're
giants. Correct. No.
Okay.
Much further away. Pretty much at the edge of the world for this continent.
Okay. All right. Good to know, though. Well, if happenstance takes me out there, I will definitely look up our older brother and right or wrong. For now, I'm committed to this quest.
Good and honorable of you, brother. I did not expect you to leave in a quick dash, especially not to face our elder brother. I would not wish that on any one of us.
No, he is formidable. I remember.
I would not be surprised if he is supporting this war as well. More than likely, that is how he gained the estate so quickly. Probably asked the king to intervene.
You know he's handing out beatdowns to his brothers. You know that. That was no doubt on that front. And I'm sure that I was receiving it on at least a couple of that.
Yeah, he was definitely the bully big brother.
Yeah.
He made sure the pecking order was always observed. So he always had a slight respect, at least for you, and then for one of your elder sisters, mostly because you both joined the military, versus being just parts of the nobles and the
Or
estates
merchant
or merchants.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
basically, it was the concept of the two that like him who joined the effort of protecting the homeland were respected. So he beat on you and your sister a little less. Mostly, it was always just to kind of see if you were still in your training.
No love lost, to say the least.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it contributed to my leaving and going off earlier.
He was definitely one of the people that you avoided when you left, because you knew he would not accept it.
Right. Okay. Good to know.
But as the trip goes by, you now see in the distance, just some few minutes away, not as massive of a city as Baikingu was, as Baikingu is kind of the major point of Dragonborn and giant cities, but this is more of what you have when you have a smaller village of Dragonborn, kind of mixing in with half giants. So most of the buildings look like regular-sized buildings. As you see in the distance, most of them are all thatchwork top roofs. You see in the distance there is a church building that kind of stands at the very top of though it is on a flat land, it is kind of going upward towards the hill, toward the northern mountains. So there is a slight raise as you go through the town. So the church is at the furthest most tip of the town. And you could see at the very tip of it the kind of shining emblem in the sun of the white dragon. Other than that, the village definitely seems to be populated. It's not as wide as your city or your town of Baikingu was, but it's definitely got a lot of houses. So it's kind of all cramped in together. And then you can see kind of on the outskirts of the town where all the farming land is, kind of just encircling it. So you can pretty much guess that your brother's land is more than likely on the outskirts of town versus the inner city parts.
So would he be considered middle class, lower class? Upper
He'd be
class?
considered probably middle class, lower middle class, because he's a shop owner, so he making decent money, but he's not like
Not
a wealthy
wealthy.
tradesman
Gotcha.
kind of thing.
Okay.
So he's an inner town salesman.
Okay, good for him.
But as you guys approach, well then, I suppose I will meet you all in town shortly. We must take this to the repair state, and then I will meet you all in the center of town. If you'll reach the small fountain in the middle, I will meet you there in some 1 hour, I say. Once I divvy up the business I owe these gentlemen, and you see the three kind of just giants staring at him as they're pushing the wagon now into town. Once I'm done with my affairs here, I'll head to there and meet you all. And they'll enjoy the town. I highly recommend, if you're looking for food, go towards the furthest part where the church is. They have a decent amount of diversity when it comes to food there. There are 2 small taverns. I recommend the Trail-Backs, but your preference.
Thank you, brother.
What's
The
this town
Furback
called?
is the one.
Furback's is the one that you would
Right.
know of.
Yeah.
It's the chain. Whereas Trail-Backs is what appears to be a opposing tavern.
What's this place called?
This
The
place is
town?
called Pomchi. Pomchi.
All right, so we'll take his advice and we'll look for the tavern.
As you guys get off the wagon and head into town, Boro gives you a final wave goodbye, and says, "If you need anything, my store is in the far most northern part of town, past the church."
Like mystery food on the floor.
It was me.
Did it puke?
Sorry.
No, I mean it looks like it was probably just pee. Like it's definitely just pure liquid, but it also looks like it's partially dry. I was like, was Chip in there?
No, I was not.
So that would have been five.
on him. So we made it to I
Yes, you guys have just made it to
Right.
town. And his brother suggested the Trail-Back Tavern, which is across the way from the Furback Tavern, which you guys were already
I was gonna
informed
say,
of.
isn't there one of those bars that
Yeah.
we're supposed to go to?
So there are two taverns here that you mentioned. Trail-Back is another creature who dwells in. It's not actually a Gontanese creature. It's actually a creature that dwells in Brax to the western continent. Trail-Backs are pretty much almost like a rhinoceros, but with kind of like edged boulders on its back that it uses to disguise itself in rocky areas.
Is this like a bustling city?
I wouldn't call it bustling. It's a small town, but it's busy. So there's plenty of farmers and people doing their trades. You see a lot of, as you pass through the inner center of the town, there are a lot of small little stands of people selling their goods. Most of them seems to be food related, so you see a lot of fresh produce. The other ones seem to be kind of knickknacks. You see a couple of like homemade knickknack creator stores, like jewelries. Not like impressive jewelry, more like you'd see, do-it-yourself at home kind of jewelry. So they don't seem to have like a readily available source of gems or jewels around here, but it seems to be made out of like shiny stones and rock formations and geodes. And then, other than that, once you get kind of into the middle center of town, you start to see more of like a large circle, and past that is like a long walkway going towards the church area. But this is where you see a lot of like the major signs of familiar giant languages. For you who still has your thing up, can read them. Most of them are all written in giant, but some of you recognize there are a few stalls written in dragonic. But it looks like the blacksmith is a giant sign, like the sign is a giant's. The wagon fixer, or the I forget what they're called,
On the wheels.
woodsmith, woodworker. The woodworkers is a dragonborn, sign dragonic, and the apothecary and the general store seem to be both giant.
I'll check out the apothecary.
Sure, if we go to the Furback Tavern, somehow, some way, the whole communication process will get back to my dad saying we've made it here.
Sure, we could definitely
So.
do that.
Just a
But
check-in.
before we leave, I want to see if we can get more healing potions, anti-frost, whatever potions. And I doubt I can unload those armors here.
I mean, that's up to you to try if you'd like. You are a lot further away from the Flock's territory now.
Ah,
So
so the city we're going to is toward the Fox territory?
no, you're going toward the capital, which is in the center of the continent, whereas the Flock is off to the where you guys were, was the western or the eastern part of the continent. So Flock seems to be majorly in the eastern territories. So you guys are kind of now in that middle
I guess
center.
it doesn't hurt to try.
All right,
But
so
I could always hold out for
you're going to the blacksmith first then,
and
or the
apothecary.
general store? Because general store would have like the leather worker and such like that, but the blacksmith would be like where the armorer is. So
Yeah. Try there, sure.
All right.
Just quickly.
So-
I don't want to spend too much time.
So as you enter into the where you walk towards the far right of the kind of inner circle of this town, you come across to the large thatchwork topped blacksmith with smoke kind of bellowing out through the top chimney area where the fire is being stoked. And you see a large, bald headed, with a small little soul patch goatee that goes down to his chest, but it's very skinny. And you see him basically just covered in what appears to be burns and soot all over his upper torso. He is currently shirtless with just a large fur dress, basically, or a kilt, as his clothing. And he is currently what appears to be hammering down a large sword.
Hello, friend. It won't take much of your time, but do you have any interest in
What?
purchasing some armor?
Oi!
Yeah, oh, this is a giant?
Yes.
He doesn't speak common?
Gurkish!
He understands it, but he can't speak it. Just like the others.
Gurkish! He holds up the sword.
I'll hold up the
Oh, yes, yes.
Where am I? You didn't bring me?
Yes, 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 yes.
I don't know where any of it is.
Grabs the armor.
I'm assuming I was following him because we talked
I have
about
two
going
of
to the
them. Hold up
Furback
the
for
other one.
communications.
I feel like we would have stayed
Okay.
together because none of us have anything else to do.
Yeah.
We're in a new city.
He kind of brushes
Okay.
off a little bit to look at the symbol on the shoulder. Okay. 3 gazin. 3.
You don't know what that means.
3.
3 gold. Like it's
I hold up the
somebody.
gold, Gajin.
Gazin.
Oh wait, yeah.
3.
Is my spell still active? Has it been an hour technically?
Yours is, yeah.
Oh, okay, neat.
3 gold.
He'll give you 3 gold for that.
I gathered.
You see, you were
Appreciate
struggling.
I'd like
I'm trying to make sure he respects
I'd
you. I
like
don't want him to be talking to me. He should be talking to you.
say 6 each.
This clearly is not yours. I'll give you 3.
He knows you pilfered it. He's not going to give you.
What does that matter? It's mine now.
It's hot.
It's the
He doesn't want
spoils of
stolen
war.
goods. Someone's gonna might come looking for it. He's already. Whispering it to you.
Roll a deception check.
Well, I'm not deceiving. I'm trying to barter.
All right, roll a persuasion check.
That is a 23.
23, all right.
Nice.
6 each. Magic.
Fine. I'll give you 4 each.
I'll give you 4. That's better than 3.
Oh, is he gonna only give you 3 for both of them?
He
total?
was.
Holy shit.
It says 4 each now.
Hmm.
It's a lot better.
What do you guys think? I could pull them for the city or?
It might be more
Okay.
recognized in the city. It's probably best.
One
we
less
ditch
thing
him.
to worry about.
Yeah, there's
Deal.
less shit to carry.
Shake his hand.
Pulls out a small little coin pouch, divvies out 8 coins, puts them in front of you.
2 gold each.
Oh,
Takes the 2
Thank you.
cuirasses, throws them into what appears to be a pile of armors in the back.
So are we all with him?
No, do you want to buy anything, or are you just
Yes.
selling me your stolen goods?
What do you have to sell?
You don't happen to have any two-handed, highly killable weapons? Perhaps?
Of course, brother. As he kind of
I don't near have the money for this.
goes over to a little area where he pulls back what appears to be a large screen door, and you see now huge amounts of weapons that are all like posted very kindly and neatly on the wall, all separate, all very shinily polished, all different variant makes. And he points to the top where there are what appear to be 5 different makes of 2-handed weapons. One appears to be a 2-handed maul that is decorated with kind of an ornate dragon on the maul heavy metal part itself, and the wood seems to be made of heavy black oak that you'd get from one of the trees in the giant's home village.
Nice.
And then one below it is a great axe, similar to yours, in design at least, since it comes from the same location. But it seems to also bear the kind of long snake-like dragon on the curve of the blade itself. And then the wood itself seems to have been tempered and, hardened, so to speak.
So
It
definitely
seems to have tusks. And then the last greatsword is pretty much just a very thin blade and then like a very thin pommel defense and handle.
But
But
like
it's
a katana,
kind of like a katana, yeah.
but giant size.
Yeah.
I'll ask if I can take a look at. Is it the Matak? Is that the one?
Hmm?
What was the one that was the basher?
Oh, the maul.
Maul.
He picks it up and lifts it down, hands it to you. This is fine quality. I've wanted to sell this to a strong warrior for many years. You see this symbol here. It is edged with the protection of the great dragon himself. So when you take this in your hand, you not only give yourself great strength, but protection from the great beyond. The darkness itself quakes in the wake of this mighty hammer.
All right, I'll feel its heft. Give it a couple gentle swings.
It is much top heavier than your great axe is, for sure. But the weight of it spins very easily with the balance of the heavier wooden handle. So it balances out very nicely when you try to kind of move it back and forth. So there's a lot of control with it. But if you give enough oomph to it, it's like almost like slamming something with a golf club, of giving you just a huge boost to power with it because of the length of it as well.
Okay.
So it's also longer than your great axe.
Right. Interesting. I hesitate to ask the cost.
Ask it.
What would such a fine weapon cost?
For one such as yourself, who I know would take good care of it, I'll give you a discount. Normally, I'd sell this for 500 gold, but I'll give it to you for the mere cost of 350.
All right,
I feel like
let's
I'm
go.
shopping at Neiman Marcus.
I was gonna say a Gucci
I don't
store
think we
or
have
something.
that combined.
No. No,
Did I
not
have
yet.
3 armors to sell or just
2, because one of the armors was her that you gave to her.
2? Okay, there was.
So basically, if you want to get the kind of more statistics of this hammer, it is a reached weapon, which means instead of a normal great maul, which is a 5-foot attack range, you have a 10-foot attack range. So it extends your
So I
attack
keep
range.
these bastards far away.
Yeah. It also gives you a +1 because it is magical,
Right.
and it also gives you a advantage on any death saves you have to make. So it gives you basically anytime you roll anything that is under a 10, it's automatic 10. So you always succeed in your death saves.
You can never die
Unless they kill you while you're unconscious. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
With
+1.
with a hammer.
Right.
What, do you
It's
have
Thor's
350
hammer.
gold?
No.
All right.
It's Thor's hammer.
But I could ask, so what would he get for my axe?
He holds out his arms to carry your axe as you drop it in. Good weight. Nicely made, clearly military brand. The homeland itself, it seems. Quite nice.
Yes.
Watch him say 10.
I would give you 75 gold.
I'm 275. How much? So I have 72. What do we have total in the group?
Doesn't matter.
It can help.
42.
We don't have there now.
My
No.
coin purse is
Can I do a
held
payment
tight to my
plan?
side.
Payment plan with interest?
Now, I mean, once we get to the city,
Right.
maybe I
Then,
could-
then we each
maybe I
get an
could,
extra.
you know, sort of
150.
lift some things.
I don't think I want
I
to
don't know
even
if you
ask
had
if
that
he
one
has
down your
something for
pants.
someone tiny like me. I highly doubt it.
I have weapons for all sizes and shapes. You just hear, "Ooh-ee, you got a question."
I'll translate.
Oh, yours.
They have rabbit weapons.
Yours go up. I'm listening.
As he points to the same wall, he moves the sliding door to the other side now, and on the other side now there is a revealed area of what appears to be short swords, long swords, and other smaller blades and daggers, and what appear to be some very interesting curved kind of long blades, kind of the mid area between a long sword and a short sword. It would register as a scimitar. But other than that, he also kind of looks at you. But if you're looking for something more hunters make for range, I am
I pull out
unfortunately
my
not
boomerang.
much of a woodsmith. But my good friend across the way is quite handy with his tools. If you would need a woodworker, I mostly work in the great irons and steels.
Then boomerang. I'm pulling a Sokka.
Hmm.
Boomerang.
Perhaps I could make you a metal variant. It would not go as far,
I thought
but
this
it
was
would be
metal.
stronger. No, boomerang's made of wood. It is a wooden weapon. That's why you can use your shillelagh on it. So you can make it a magical weapon and then toss it.
I wish it would specify like in this.
No,
'cause-
that's what I'm saying it is.
Oh.
Yeah, boomerangs in this world are all wooden. Not many people use them. They're mostly hunting tools for knocking a creature unconscious
Gotcha.
or knocking a bird out of the sky.
Shall we go get?
But hold on,
get some-
I
oh,
need,
we don't.
I
we're
need,
not
I need to
open.
figure out if
I believe you guys had 50 gold apiece when you left because that was the up.
I got
Nope.
72.
The upfront
well,
payment.
actually, two more. I got 74
I'm at 42.
gold.
You're at 42.
I didn't get paid.
Oh, that's
I
right.
have
Yeah.
72.
That didn't give me
We had
nothing
the
for the
same
trip.
amount.
You got
You don't get an
Plus, we
allowance.
found something,
I
and he
don't get
divvied
the
out a little bit of extra because
I
it's writing
had
plus,
Oh, I gave you two
plus
extra.
5 gold points.
'Cause
Yeah,
I'm at
earlier
42.
because
Gold
he
pieces, I
snatched the rich man's pouch.
Yeah,
So
so
that gave you guys a couple extra gold, but not too much more.
No,
Yeah,
we would
and
not be
then
able to.
the witch was
afford
not
your-
interested in gold.
So then
I
I'll
have-
ask and I'll say, you have obviously quality product. What could I get for 74 gold plus my great axe, plus maybe talking about money down the road?
Thrift store bargain.
Yeah, of course. How I
Roll
buy
a persuasion check.
everything. I'm gonna use
Cheapy.
13 plus. Yeah, 13.
Oh, that was a good.
Plus
hit.
zero?
Make it all the
You have
way
no
right there.
charisma?
I have nothing.
Oh.
Oh yeah, he's not
I should have
charismatic.
lucky bunny for that.
So with a 13, he looks at your axe.
I have a plus 3. Mine is technically 17.
Oh,
Because again,
Yeah,
I'm
Plus
pretty good.
one.
warlock.
It's the
rely on
opposite.
charisma, yeah.
Right. He's intimidating because of his ugliness.
you're ugly.
He is. He's got a 3.
No, plus 3.
No, he's got a 3 charisma.
I mean, the
You just said
overall
17.
stat is at a 17, that which gives me a
Oh, I
bonus
thought
of
you were
plus
like the
No, I meant
opposite, like
his
an
modifier.
anti-paladin.
No, no.
His
Ah.
modifiers.
Never mind.
My modifier is
I
a plus
missed-
3 because
oh,
I,
we're
I'm
too
above
handsome.
average, yeah.
I misunderstood.
Handsome.
I am still a tiefling, so I mean,
I
depends on what you find
misunderstood.
handsome.
I misunderstood.
Very well. Perhaps I could give you something that would be more powerful than your current weapon. Walks over to, instead of going to the top shelf area, goes over to where his barrels
All
of
the
other
shit's thrown in.
blades and other weapons. Goes over to where it appears to be there are a lot of staves and long weapons, and pulls out a very long staffed weapon with a large blade at the very edge of it.
Like a side?
or halberd.
More like a halberd or tumblegiri.
Okay.
So a large, basically spear, but the spear blade is a actual sword blade. So
like a scimitar at the end?
yeah. So
Okay.
in the game, it would register as a halberd, which is a two-handed weapon. That's I think it's a 2d6.
1d12.
Well, you have to think about it more like you have a chance of getting a
Minimum of
1.
two,
Yeah, you
right.
always get a minimum of 2 versus a minimum of 1.
Right.
So,
All
oh,
about
here
the
it is.
numbers.
Here it is.
More dice.
So it is fun rolling the d12.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
no.
just
So
more
this would
dice to have.
register. This
The
would
less
register as a
one.
glaive. This would be a glaive. It's a 1d10 actually, but it has reach, so it gives you a 10-foot reach instead of a 5-foot. So you get reach, but you lose a little bit of damage.
So I can keep them out past melee distance?
Correct. So you would have a longer melee reach.
At least
than
for
they
one
would.
round, right?
No, it's not an ability. It's part of the reach of the weapon.
Oh, so they would
So
be able to get...
your melee range becomes 10 feet instead of 5 feet.
So in real world, how would that work? So if I'm fighting something,
You practically get a free hit before they have to move in on you.
Yeah.
but can I still fight with them at 5 feet?
Yeah. So
That's
it basically
one free
keeps them
hit.
at a distance, and
Kind
if
of,
you
yeah.
if you decide to get a feat later, which is called the Polearm
Can
Master,
I do a feat though?
when you
Like-
get to level 4, which is the next level up. Polearm Master allows you to use your reaction instead of an attack of opportunity when they run, an attack of opportunity when they come towards you. So if you have your polearm, you can literally hit them before they reach you.
So it's one
and actually,
one
and-
dice 10.
Yeah, and then so it's one of those kind of trade-offs of would I
Give up all
want the
your cash
reach?
for that.
I think I'm gonna think about it. I
All
will thank him profusely. And I said, let me have a couple of meads and think about it. It is tempting offer.
Very well. If you do not prefer that, then I could always interest you in a greatsword if that is more your speed. I understand you prefer the two-armed weapon, but greatswords are more affordable and give a strong defense and speed. Not as much oomph as a warrior of your stature, but if you wish to be more agile, I recommend.
So what would be the benefit of that?
So a great sword would be it wouldn't give you reach, but it would give you 2d6, so you're always guaranteed 2.
Right.
And the way I do it is not actually in the D&D rules, but it adds to your dexterity saves and your dexterity bonuses because it's technically a smaller based weapon than like a giant axe or a giant hammer. So I always go by great swords are kind of the smallest two-handed weapon there is.
Right.
So it's more like if you wanted to, you could wield it one-handed, which will give you the ability to use a shield, because it depends on what your strength modifier is at.
Strength is a 16.
This is
right
16,
now.
so it's you'd have a
Plus
plus
three.
3. So with that, with a plus 3 or higher, I allow people to use great swords in one hand. It just gives them a disadvantage on the attack, but that also lets you wield a shield, which would increase your defense. So if you wanted to trade off damage for higher defense, you could do that.
Or I could gather more gold, and I'd probably have even more options in the great city, right?
More than likely, this is a small town. His top shelf items are 5 items.
Right.
So he's got 5 top shelf items.
Right.
The city will probably have 20 top shelf items.
Right.
But you're also going to look at higher prices in the inner city. So,
But maybe we can.
but you'll have a diversity of options. So there might be a low end, high priced item. So they might have a really they might have a really nice $200 great axe or something.
Right. All right. I'm gonna think about it.
Very well.
I want
I
that.
will welcome you back with open pockets.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm ready when you guys are.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good.
Just want every advantage we can get, right?
We need it.
Especially with that rolls. Jeez, I'm sucking.
Can we go check in?
Bad rolls are bad
to
rolls
the
regardless of the weapon.
Right.
Furback?
Yes.
Yes.
Because if I know my daddy's got some sort of communication channel between all of them, so if we stay there, he'll know that we've at least made it here.
Not to mention, who knows what? Maybe there's a little surprise.
Let's
Maybe.
do it.
Like 200 or 300 gold, so I can get my.
That would be great.
You know what,
I highly doubt that.
You got about 40 minutes to get into some mischief.
That's right. Let's do it.
Alrighty. So, as you guys head towards the taverns, eventually you do come toward the large chapel ahead and what appears to be another small circle of shops. And you see literally across from each other 2 different taverns. One you see a familiar symbol of the Furback Tavern, and then the other one you see is the symbol of what appears to be a large rhinoceros-like creature, which those who know Brack's creatures would know as a Trail-Back.
So we want to go to the other one, right?
So you were recommended the Trail-Back, but you
Right.
know that the Furbacks are owned by her father.
Oh, let's go there
Which
first.
means we could stay there.
We could stay at his brother's place.
Yeah, you have the option of that as well.
Yeah. I need to meet his wife too. Might be something
Not like I'll take up much room on a bed.
there, right?
All right.
All right.
So where are you guys heading?
It's family 4.
It's been
That's
10
right.
years. But anyway, also was
God.
coincidence. All of this is just coincidence.
haven't
It's called
seen it.
serendipity.
Haven't
Right.
seen him for 10 years.
Can I have some
Can-
money?
can I have 200 can I have
Right, you know
200
that awesome
gold?
business you said you run?
I only want.
Well, maybe he has
I
some
only
work.
need 225 gold.
Maybe he has some work for you.
All right, so we'll go into the
Into
other
the Furback.
tavern. Yeah.
Alrighty, as you enter in, it is a similar design and build of the other Furback, so it seems to be a universal build design.
It's
It's
a
a
chain.
It's a chain, yes. It is a chain restaurant.
We're in the Chili's of taverns.
Hi, welcome to Chili's.
You see in the far back what appears to be a similar to Finn from the other one, a infernal blood tavern keeper in the back. What appears to be serving drinks to 2 giant kin, and they are a green-skinned infernal with a kind of large pouch of a belly, with a what appears to be a patch beard and kind of sideburns, attempting to create a full beard. As he looks up to you, putting the 2 drinks down in front of the giants. Welcome, welcome. Please come in. Welcome to Furback's, where the food and the drink are always loving.
All right, we'll go up and. But you probably want to.
I almost want to say that's not the line.
Look,
Fucking, he knows he's in trouble. He's like,
I know this guy?
no.
I never passed through here.
You've passed through here before, but you don't recognize this particular individual. You never stopped into the town. You just passed by it. when you were coming.
Gotcha.
Look, I didn't know where you come from. Every Furback's different, all right? Perhaps the lines we use are different everywhere you go. Now, what can I get you? Please allow me to aid in your digestion.
It's certainly different from the original
I like the other
first
one better.
opened tavern.
I haven't had the good fortune to get east very often, so this is the best I can do. If you don't like it, you may leave.
I don't think your dad would like that too much. In fact, he said we could stock up here.
Who, in fact, are you all? You seem a very odd crew.
Wait a minute, Serenity. I thought they were expecting us here, Serenity, right? Weren't they, Serenity?
Serenity, black scale.
Hi.
Ties back his hair, sucks up the gut. I apologize. I didn't realize you were
He's up.
not black scaled, as your name suggested. I was expecting someone different. My apologies, young lady.
It's okay, relax.
I am Argave, and I welcome you to this branch of Furback's, the humble branch of mine.
His name is Argave?
Argave, Arigave.
Oh, okay.
All right, Gabe.
The letter word nerd in me was, my senses went off for just a moment, but there's an extra letter in there. What color are their eyes?
They are a kind of deep purple with the green scale around.
Oscar was like, I write forward. I'm the weird person that has to write sideways because I write up. It's terrible.
Argave, we were told we could resupply.
With your finest mead.
Of course. I've been expecting you, young miss. Your rooms have already been prepared, of course. You gentlemen, of course, are welcome to stay in the lower areas.
And I scratch behind my ear like, of course my dad pulls some strings. Hey.
Nothing wrong with that.
Here's the
We
thing.
need all stay together.
We're supposed to be protecting her, so it's going to be hard to do that if we're not all pretty close together.
I am sorry.
I don't-
I have received explicit instructions that they are not to be anywhere near her room.
How do we protect her if we're not near her? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm only doing as the letter has required.
Okay.
I'm
Can we
pretty
see the
sure it's
letter?
my dad being a little overprotective about opposite genders kind of thing.
Awkward.
Do we need to call your mom?
Please.
Call on the cell phone.
Yeah, right. Can we do that? Do you have like a
Please.
conjuring stone or something?
We
Message-
all know my
message
mom would
stuff.
just.
I think she was pretty pro that, honestly. Well, you know, it's a business. We're free to roam about as we please. We'll make it work. But heard that she makes it both to the city.
Is this guy
and then
bullshitting?
back.
I promise you, the private quarter is well protected. It is not near any windows, and it is not able to be accessed except through the one entrance through the back of the tavern.
Where are our rooms in comparison?
Right in this hallway to the right here, where the normal individuals would stay that pay rent.
The peasants.
Any of my
Things as
guests
peasants.
would normally stay.
All right, huddle. I got an idea.
All right.
Basically, it sounds like the letter required him to give up his own living quarters and make them livable for the daughter. So,
I've got an idea. Pull these guys up to the side.
Serenity, you do some quality control for a second.
I could.
We're gonna chat.
would you like to see your room,
could
young
disguise
miss?
self and make myself look like
If
her,
I,
and just go stay in the.
if I
in the
remember
suite
what
and
all
she
of
can
these
stay in
taverns
the-
look
I
like
was
from
just
the
gonna
inside
say,
out,
we just take turns.
I'm
like,
assuming
minding
he
the
made you
door.
give up your.
If it's really that
Absolutely.
well protected, then
It
that's
is, of
fine.
course,
Fair.
always open
Honestly,
to a
like,
member of the black
This is his
scale.
boss's daughter. I have
I
reason to
can
believe
deal
he's
with
not
my dad
lying, but I
later.
still feel like
You won't have to worry
did-
about
we
any
did a job.
repercussions.
If we
I
protect-
do not have
If we
to
at least
take your
watch the
room.
door going to the way in, and
If it is at all
We can take
convenient,
it, yeah,
young
we
miss,
can take
I
it
would
in
very
shifts.
much insist.
Calm down. I am not my father. Nor
But your
can he
father
control me.
is
Nor can he
a
get
wonderful
past me.
individual, and
And
he
what-
has ways of ensuring the greatest quality care of his taverns. It would mean the world to me if you would simply take the generous offer. I trust it will be acceptable. I have made it quite new. Brand new sheets, new mattress. All out of course, my own pocket.
Oh,
The skeptic in
God.
me wants to just see if I can tell if he's bullshitting.
Roll an
or trying
insight
to
check.
Set her up for.
I did not expect that.
Shit, lost my character page. I rolled an 8. I think it's a pretty good.
An 8
Where's my
plus.
character?
I won't think it'd be more than 3.
But I say, even if it was 3, it'd be 11. So you get the sense it's kind of hard to read him.
Plus
He
3,
is
yes.
clearly nervous, but you gather it's more of just fear of something else versus whether or not he has any
Her
devious
father.
Nothing
intent.
malicious. Okay.
But it's hard to tell. He is definitely good at trying to keep a poker face even when he's scared.
That's fair.
How much
Okay.
did you spend?
Nothing that you need worry yourself with, of course. Please, I insist.
So let's
If
make.
I have to, this will be an intimidation check. It's the eyes.
You're welcome to try. Roll an intimidation check.
If my dad taught me anything, it's eyes. The eyes will speak loudly. I gotta go back.
How
There it is.
intimidating could a 3.5 foot
Plus
bunny
one.
be? Really? Is it plus 1?
Where'd he go?
Little bunny with
19!
So, a dirty 20?
No,
No.
dirty name.
No,
Oh,
19.
19.
So
Like
you have the
18
same
plus one.
intimidation that I do. There you go.
Well, I mean, look at my dad.
Fair enough.
That and the attitude of my mother.
Mine's based on charisma, so my intimidation is
As your stature
I just
does
don't
not
do it 'cause I'm a nice
impose
guy.
the
There you go.
eyes
Haven't
you
had to do that.
dwell into his body, along with what appears to be a little bit of magical essence
Remember that
That
anime we watched
glows
last night?
into your eyes.
The apothecary, how when he mentions the name
It's
of
more
her
of
dad.
a magical situation.
Yeah, I know, but like that's the stare.
As you stare into him, he almost feels it. You look like a chill going up his spine. Of course, if they are not satisfactory, other arrangements can be made, of course.
That's not what I asked.
So, please, take a look at all of our rooms. Whichever one suits you, please let me know. I will make sure it is ready for
Answer my question.
you. Nothing was not expensive.
How much did you spend?
Are you gonna
It was
reimburse
completely
them?
out of pocket.
I know. How much was it?
A mere 50 gold.
I don't have enough. I am
Yeah,
not
no,
my
but
dad.
We're all broke.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm trying to pull
I'm not my
money so I can
dad,
get a better
though.
weapon here.
I'm
Right?
kind-hearted, unlike my dad.
Hey, what can you tell us about the bar across the street?
Oh, you would not like it. Trail-Back is a filthy establishment, full of the worst kind of ilk this town can
Oh
produce.
yes, I like.
Let's go
Honestly,
grab
the
a
more you
drink
talk
there.
about it, the more fun it sounds.
Yes,
Let's go.
The scum that I like.
Especially because we're in the peasant quarter, so we might as well have a good time.
Yeah, really. Might get a
Let's
better
go
place.
I
grab a
promise
drink
you,
there.
we have all
We
the
can
best
come back.
drink you could wish here.
Right, but and again, we're
Well, but it's covered here, I believe.
true.
It's part of the provisions.
Yes, of course. Everything
Free
would
always
be,
works for me.
of course, on the
We could
establishment.
go try and swindle.
Not at all.
I mean, we could
I am
always
not
just
my
take
dad.
the-
Yes.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
there's some hot girls
We'll get
in
the
there.
first round
Right.
here, and then we can always check out the other place.
Is this town? Do you guys allow walkies? Can I just kind of grab an ale and walk about?
Of course.
Is it like New Orleans?
Except you must be aware,
It's downtown Raleigh.
drinks may not be anywhere near the
We
church
could drink-
establishment.
Open.
Fair
continue
enough.
down there, right?
No intention of going near the church.
Woodstock.
Which church is that, by the way?
That is the great church of the White Dragon.
Mm.
The-
Is it the dirgy one?
yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, we're not.
The dirge.
They are
Whatever a
prominent
bunny's growl
and have
is.
been
'Cause I'm like
considerably
hearing that name.
influential in the growth of this town's economy. So we tend to abide by their rules.
I mean, fair enough. They can all be fucking wankers. We won't go near the church. Trust me, that's not in the cards tonight, anyways. Yeah, okay, fine. Let's just go ahead and have a round. Let's put our shit down and just grab a round.
Yes.
Of
So-
course, I would love to have you see your rooms, of course.
Yeah, let's see the shit box that they got us set up in.
Keenan! Over here!
Shit.
As you see a 5'3", what appears to be a goblinoid of red tint, with appears to be a white garb over his clothes, kind of like a what do you call it? The thing you put over yourself to cook with.
Oh, an
Apron?
apron.
Apron. I don't remember the word for some reason when I need to.
I know that feel.
He
All
is
the
a.
As they get older.
For those who would know, I would mainly be you two. They don't frequent too often with goblinoids not being common sights. It is a hobgoblin, so a taller form of goblinoid.
Yeah, 5'3" is actually pretty
Yeah.
good size.
Definitely bigger than Guna, right?
Oh yeah, Guna was
Like,
just like a little under her.
yeah, I was like, she
3
wasn't
foot
even as
4.
tall.
So, and then the other goblinoid was an orc that you guys met. That was the chef of the last Furbacks.
That's right. Yeah.
And he was a bigger individual. Orcs, though technically are considered goblinoids, are kind of the off.
Yeah, they're large.
They're
They can
much
be 6
more
feet,
closer to
right?
themselves. So
Yeah.
yeah, they can get up to about 6 feet. So mostly they're large in width than height. They are very
Okay.
bulky beasts.
So wait, what do we need Keenan? I don't have tipping money on me.
Don't worry, it's just being kind to our favorite guests.
Oh, that's right. They were rolling out the
There
fucking
you go.
the orange carpet for us.
So it's not going to be a shit
Dad's
box.
gonna hear
Hey,
about
boss,
this when I
you
get
call
back.
me? What up?
We'd like to see our rooms.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, this way. This
The
way.
good ones.
Good ones. The good ones, boss? Yes, the good ones. All right.
There we go.
I don't know if that worked or not.
Oh,
You just
my
perfectly
God.
fine.
I'm not
You
gonna argue.
miss.
Seriously, I'm not my dad. I'm very sorry about this.
As Keenan is showing you all, they walk past a huge amount of what appears to be the standard room designs. There's about 10 on each side of the walkway. until you get to the far back, where there are three
Far back, the far back.
really exquisite doors, one on the right, left, and then one at the very end of the hall. Of course, I would expect you all to write your own separate rooms. So, of course,
Any chance they're
He's
connected or anything?
hating this. Profits are going out the door. Left,
Yeah,
right,
so
center.
you want your separate rooms then. See, this one is the biggest one here. And he
Alright.
opens the one at the far back. So, big and over there, I'm guessing you're going to want the big one.
Yes.
You twos has one, stays the same. You'll be fine.
Ooh.
Then
You
we have
care?
a giantish or Goliath-size room.
I mean, here, you get the big one.
As you walk in, though he says big, it is a decent size. It is like what you get when you get like one of those suites at the a nice Hilton where it's got like a little tiny kitchenette and
Okay.
decent size king size bed, and what appears to be a small couch as well in front of a coffee table. It has a window to the far back, and it also has its own private bathtub, which is being covered up by a large screen, one of those types like that you can actually move yourself. It's not like a screen door.
Like a partition.
Yeah, like a partition, exactly. So yeah, its own private bathing facility,
Nice.
and
This
it
the
is
good stuff.
it is half giant sized. So the bathtub you can actually fit in.
Nice.
So
Forward on the other side because your foot keeps shaking it and it's shaking everything.
But other than that, the other two rooms, they do have their own bathtubs as well. They are smaller make, more for dragonborn size, so average human height. They do not have a couch or a coffee table, and instead of a kitchenette, you just have a small little table that has a couple of like dried meats and vegetables laid out.
Sweet.
There is a cold storage box in all three rooms. Yours is like a full-sized fridge, whereas yours are like two small mini fridges. And basically, they're just swarmed in ice, like around the walls of it. So whatever you put in is kind of like kept in a decent temperature, as long as you don't keep it open for too long.
How far away does your brother live? Maybe he wants to grab it.
He did say to meet you all in an hour at the
Oh, okay.
center of the town, where
Okay.
the fountain
Right.
is.
We
Is
still
that
need-
time enough to take a bath?
It's only been about 20 minutes since you guys got up here, so yeah.
And
you
then
wanted
I'm
to.
assuming there's some kind of like proper establishment. We have like keys, like I'd be able to lock our shit.
Yes,
into the
yeah.
room,
You
so it's not,
have.
like,
So
extra-
you're given these very nice silver keys that have little holes at the edges of them. Each one is a little bit different. The one you're having has like a circular dragon wrapping around the circle itself, whereas yours two look like they're like sharp blades being pierced from the backs.
All right,
Nice.
well,
Anything for our valued customers. If you excuse me, I have work to do.
You're the man. I give
Sure
him a fist
thing.
bump.
So we got time
Thank
before we meet your brother.
Yes.
She needs to go put her stuff down in her room. Do we want to just like meet back up in about 20 more minutes? Everybody just take a bath.
meet
We
in the
just take a
lobby.
bath and just meet up at the bar.
Don't say bath.
I'll just go directly to the bar because Goliath don't
There's a
take
bathtub.
baths.
I'm stripping down right there. jumping
I
on
like
the
baths
bath.
too much. I would not be able to meet y'all in 20 minutes if you got me in a bath.
Well, you don't
Well,
have to
then
take
don't
one
do
out.
that. I'm just saying.
I'll go back to the general tavern
I've been
to
freezing my
scope
ass
out
off
the
for
people.
a week.
Yeah,
I
get
I'm
my
fine.
first-
Not bad.
Free drink.
So you're given a free drink. They serve giants all the time, so they give you your own full-size cask one. So
Nice.
it's basically 2 pints worth.
Mmm.
You give him
Good.
You give him a ticket.
I'm sure he's described this. pretty
You do
clearly.
notice the majority of the tavern goers here are mostly all half giant. You don't really see any other aspect except a couple of goblinoids that seem to be part of the staff, and a couple of infernals. But you don't
No
see
dragonborn.
no dragonborns whatsoever.
Have we seen any of
Infernals,
the
huh?
bird people or
Kind of
no?
infernals.
There are 2 infernals to the far back corner. One is of red tint and the other of blue tint. One has kind of short horns just on the front, and one has a single horn.
Because
Kinda
tieflings
going up
are
in a curve.
infernal, but is that its own like separate.
That's
thing
just what I
technically,
call it in this campaign. They don't. Tiefling's not a word in this world. So
Noted.
they're just called
okay.
infernal
So they
blood.
are like me.
So
Yeah.
you're an infernal too. Then.
Yes.
Yes.
I am infernal in this. Okay, good to know.
And there, I go by the Sword Coast book as well, so there's a lot of variants. You might even meet infernal with wings. So.
Cool. Okay. Would these have been the first infernals that I would have seen since like?
You met
Getting into
Finn,
north?
who is the barkeep at the Furback Tavern back where you're from, but other than him, yes, these would
Oh,
have been
I
the
didn't
first you've
realize
seen
he was
of
an
them.
infernal.
Yeah, he was a blue skin with like 2 circular large horns.
Oh. All right. I don't know how much I care to actually socialize or anything, or try to make new friends because we're on a mission and you never know who's who. But I feel like I would definitely take note of that.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
The red skin tiefling is the one with the single horn that's kind of going back into like a mohawk shape. How far back it goes, but the blue one is the one with the 2 little tiny front horns. And the blue one seems to be female, but it's hard to tell. They're very flat.
Cool. Well, man, it's good to know they don't discriminate around here. And it's interesting. That guy has 1 horn. I might chat with
So
him.
for his is in the middle, yours is
Do
kind
they
of
look-
cockeyed.
Oh, his
His is in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do they look roguish?
No, actually, all of the people here, even the half giants, are all well dressed. The half giants are wearing very fine leather bulwarks, like for as armor. So even though they are dressed to to fight, they're dressed in nice armor. So you're gathering.
Nice enough to
You're gathering this
steal.
is a bit more middle class tavern than the other Furbacks you're used to. The one back in the other place was much more open minded to like all kinds of people coming in and out. Whereas this one definitely seems to be catering to the wealthy.
They got a bouncer at the front. You got to be a certain look.
They have like a VIP area.
Well, the majority of the workers here are all goblinoid except for the infernal running it. And majority of all the goblinoids are the bigger types. So you have hobgoblins and orcs.
Okay.
So it definitely seems like they have muscle.
Okay. All right. Well, I will sort of like look for their attention just a little bit as I'm hanging out, just so I can kind of give them a little bit of like a cheers motion with my drink. Just be like, "Yep, infernals, hey."
Well, whatever.
The red skin one kind of just in their drink and he pays you no mind, but the blue skin one kind of raises her glass. She's holding what appears to be a small actual like glass of a fine drink, kind of just tips it toward you. And then goes back to talking to the individual, but with all the crowd talking, you can't really discern what they're saying.
Yeah, just
But she seems to acknowledge you. The other one has no care in the world.
Shall we?
So we'll enjoy a drink. Spend a few minutes seeing if there's any gossip that we overhear or general chat.
I do understand
Information.
infernal in case there's any infernal conversations going on around me. But if these are all middle class and like a okay sized town, I can't imagine. Like, I mean, obviously, it might be worth listening out, but you never know what you might hear.
All right. Everybody then who is wanting to discern some conversation, roll
Yes.
a perception check.
15.
Ooh, look at that. 17.
12.
10.
Um,
I'm out of it.
Serenity and Jereth, you don't pick really much else. It's very hard to hear any clear conversations, and a lot of it is in giant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a 20. A dirty 20.
That changes things.
I forgot I got a +3 on my perception.
Pidgewick, you don't understand giant, but you've been speaking it recently, and you've heard enough of it to kind of discern a few words. And a lot of ones you keep picking up as you listen to multiple conversations are specifically war is a common one they like to be thrown around a lot. And the other one seems to be a name.
Okay. Do I get to know said name?
Yes. Sorry, I had to look at
I
my
was just
notes.
double checking. I was like, I'm on the edge of my seat over here.
Sorry, I had to look at my
Pencil is
notes.
sharp.
You hear the name Borag.
In any context around that?
War.
Into the concept of war. Roll me a history check.
What?
Yes.
Technically, you're the only one hearing this.
Now, are you all sitting near each other? you all sitting at the same
Yeah,
spot?
I would.
Yeah,
say
I'd like to
that-
think we're sitting at the actual bar, not taking
Okay,
up a
well then
table.
I would have you roll as well for a history check because you would know
Oh.
that name too.
Okay.
You would actually with a 20 actually clearly hear.
10. Well, I have a P in
12.
it, but my number is already high, so I think that is applying my +2 proficiency. Yeah, that's got to be something.
Technically
Just 10.
11 because I have -1 history because I'm a dumbass.
So as you're listening and you hear the conversation a little bit clearer as you speak, Giant. It's not that I don't want war. It's simple. I don't like war getting close to me. And after recently seeing Borag walking around, that does not bode well for us over here. Wherever he goes, trouble follows him. We don't need his kind of trouble. You would recognize the name at least from your own history, even with an 11 because of your personal history. Borag is a giant. He is an umbral giant. Umbral giants are dark-toned giants that dwell deeper underground into the mountains. They have an unnatural aspect to themselves that a lot of people consider them to be the version of undead, but for a giant, but they're not. They come across that way because they're so, in some people's opinion, grotesque to look at.
Really? Okay.
They dwell in a lot of grungy places that would have lots of just stuff growing on them, but they don't care. They wouldn't notice. So they always walk around usually covered in webs, spiders, creatures that crawl and make their
Worms and-
bodies their homes, things like that. So they just don't pay mind to them because they're giants. They're so small they can't hurt them.
Right.
So unlike frost giants, which are much more noble looking and keep themselves, in a kind of honorable state, umbral giants kind of just don't care. They are naturalists in the worst and best ways. They are part of the underground. They are part of the world. Borag is one of the few who has come out of the mountains and has kind of attempted to bring his people into the light, so to speak, or at least into a point where they have a little bit more access to goods and services that they need versus dwelling and trying to live off
He's
what's
not necessarily a bad guy.
not the people. Borag, however, has a unhappy nickname called the Undying. Borag gets into a lot of conflicts, and originally, before this whole war started, you specifically and your group actually had to fight off Borag multiple times as him and his cronies would attempt to steal from the livestock of the frost giants that you were guarding. So Borag definitely has a sense of getting himself and others into trouble. However, he always seems to get away while the rest all end up getting either captured, killed, or injured somehow.
Okay.
But so he
Interesting.
got the nickname the Undying, seemingly
Force.
untouchable.
Bullet don't
Is he normally in this area?
No. Borag pretty much would stay predominantly near his people, which is in the far west mountains. And if he was ever out, he'd usually be either going towards your old home village or he'd be hunting creatures for food. So to have somebody like that all the way out here this far east is very unusual.
I'll chat him up. So yes, I know this Borag. I've dealt with him myself. Troublesome, to say the least.
Sit, brother, sit. I am interested. I do not know this Borag that my friend here is so scared of. I'm not scared. It's simply I don't want his kind of ilk around here. They're disgusting creatures. Not to mention this specific one I've heard a lot of nasty rumors about. And I don't want him bringing any of this civil dispute to this land. We've got a nice thing going for us in this town. We don't need that king or his minions ruining it for us.
You've seen him this far out?
Well, I haven't seen him specifically, but a friend of mine, a friend of my friends, said he saw Borag only a few miles west of here, near the mountain range of the capital itself.
Did he deal with him, or did he just see him?
Well, from what he tells me, his friend actually is working for the military of your people.
I don't understand why you giants from the east can't just leave well enough alone.
West, sorry. Anyway, man, it is so hard to keep your cardinal directions together.
No, I agree. I don't know why he would be this far out. I dealt with him, but not in this region. Him being here is not good.
Is it true what they say? Can he truly not be killed?
We dealt with him many times. And while I think he can be killed, he seems to always leave unscathed. Can't say the same for his friends.
Interesting character. And you were afraid of this guy. He sounds like a coward. Running away from fights, the undying. Ha, my ass. I bet I could take him, giant or no giant.
Well, if you ever met him, you would definitely be taking him because he's always in the front. He's always in the thick. He's no coward.
Huh. I'm not scared of no icky giant.
Then you've never met him.
Perhaps not. But I ain't no coward.
No, don't get me wrong. A little bit of fear can be healthy. It's kept me alive. But if you do see him, go the other way. He's not here for anything but death and destruction.
Good to know, brother. I'll keep that in mind and inform my other friends to watch out. I told you. You listen to this stranger, but you won't listen to me. 'Cause this stranger's not a crackpot like you. Ah.
I'm assuming he had to like turn around to have this conversation, and I'm gonna lean over and be like,
Yeah, good. What's his
Up
name?
T?
Up T.
Mm.
Yes. Well,
just
I'm in
mention
town.
Just mention that we go
Yeah,
to stand-up merchant.
we're meeting my brother actually. Up T. Do you know him? He's a merchant in town.
Yes, I know Opti. He sells a couple of good produce that I prefer to eat myself.
Good.
Though, if you see him, tell him his prices have gone up too high.
I will put a word in for you. What was your name?
I am Dugash.
Dugash. Pleasure to meet you.
D-O-G-A-S-H. So Do is his family name. Gash is his name.
If we meet on the road, we'll definitely travel together.
I would welcome an adventure again, though I am somewhat past my prime.
All right.
Good fortune to you.
You as well. And I'll bid him goodbye because by this time we should be meeting my brother.
That's part of why I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So as you all head out toward the center of town, you see the fountain aforementioned by Upti. It is a large circular fountain with what appears to be 4 dragons, kind of in different designs, all spewing out water into it. One dragon circling among the other 3, being the design of Dirge, the snake-like imperial dragon, and the other 3 are different designs, each variant. One seems to be a kind of edgy designed crystalline dragon with what appears to be 4 wings, 2 on top, 2 on bottom, but they seem to be almost separated from his body, so they're like hovering there.
So it's a pretty cool fountain.
Yeah. And then the other 2 seem to be a metallic and a what appears to be a darker toned dragon. The metallic one seems to be a kind of nice silver line design. But with the accent is of it being made of stone, it's hard to tell colors.
Right.
You don't see your brother anywhere.
Is the time correct for him to be at the fountain?
Yeah, an hour has definitely passed.
And he's
Side
been
quest.
known for being punctual.
Normally, but I mean, it wouldn't be out of the question for him to be a little late.
Okay.
Does it look anything? Has he been there?
Roll me an investigation check.
Just Chip or all of us?
All of you. You want to, it's whoever
Yeah.
wants to investigate.
Nope.
What does mine say? I can't see.
That's really bad. No.
Oh my god. A
Shit.
natural 1?
I have a.
I had a 2.
I got my head
You
up
fall
my
into the
ass.
fountain.
12?
Right.
So you don't see anything specifically that would say he was here, but on the far left side of the fountain, kind of towards the further end of the beginning of town where you all came in from, there seems to have been recent movement on the fountain itself. Like either someone had sat there recently or someone had placed something heavy on it, and there was a lot of dustfall and snowfall that kind of was blocked off. So you can kind of see where the heavier snow has been around it, and the lighter snow is now falling on that space that was covered up originally. It seems to be something was there very recently and then just moved.
Can I investigate that further?
With a 12, unfortunately, it's really hard to discern what it exactly was. It could be the imprints of a person's butt, or it could be a box. So it's really hard to kind of get a glimpse of what this used to be, especially because there is snowfall on it now. It's just lighter than the ones around
No
it.
tracks.
Well, we can hang out for an appropriate amount of time.
I'll send the bird up.
All right, roll me a perception check with the bird. So with advantage.
Oh, nice. 19 plus
This
4.
is play the,
23.
you should just play the bird.
Right. That's 23.
I didn't get like fucking 14 points of damage in an attack earlier.
I know. I like decimated 2 wolves with.
There's a reason why I'm looking for a better weapon. 'Cause I
23.
need some help.
23. As you
It's
have the
the
bird
healer.
flying
The
around,
healer and the summoner.
eventually it does catch a glimpse of what appears to be a very small, comparatively, half giant who is kind of pacing very quickly up the hill, like far at the edge of town, trying to head towards your direction. It does
Toward us?
appear, yeah, towards you. As it flies closer, it does appear to be up to you. And he seems to be very speedy, trying to, head towards your guys' direction.
Well, he seems like he's on the way. He's heading this way.
Okay, so it's not. There's no subterfuge.
No funny
or
business.
I mean,
Funny business.
Kidnapping.
I saw him heading this
Murder.
way. He looked like I'll keep an eye on him.
Yes. Thank you.
A few minutes pass by, and eventually you all see the short-statured, for you considerably taller statured, half giant, just rushing up.
Is everything okay, brother?
Yes. I lost track of time, and I had to deal with, unfortunately, a short change issue from my hirees. So I had to run back quickly to my estate and get enough money to pay them off. They were not satisfied. Paying people these days is getting more difficult as they always request higher price once you've reached your destination. Not exactly able to hold my own against 3 larger individuals.
Did they rob you?
Not in so many words, but they got more than I originally bargained for. So that takes this month's rent. But it's alright, I'll have to just raise my prices a bit this month. See if I can't get some of those wealthier bastards up north to pay a little higher price for my vegetables.
You need to rough these guys up.
How much more did they get from you?
Well, I promised them each 25 gold for escorting me. It was a simple trip back and forth from here to the town up the hill. But they wanted 50 apiece, so wasn't really in a position to argue. So I'm 150 out, but that's okay. Nothing you have to concern yourself with, brother. I've dealt with upchangers before.
Okay.
What did he say?
He says he has a small penis.
These small individuals take such pride in the weirdest things. Congratulations!
All right. Well, I'll translate what happened. That basically my brother got politely robbed, coerced. Is that probably the better? Into
No, they're
giving,
kind of like the tavern keeper, huh?
Bullied.
yes,
Sounds like you got
bullied out of cash.
I mean, is he outright asking us to do something?
No, but it's a pride thing. It's the family pride.
Sure.
Are they around here?
I'll ask him where they went.
You're not going to start any trouble now, are you?
Not any more than usual.
As it has been a few years, perhaps that's changed too.
Perhaps.
Yes. I was tired at 9.
Typically they'd be
6 now.
at the
Get there
Trail-Backs
before
right
7:30.
about now, enjoying a bit of after-work drinks. But just remember, you said no more trouble.
No, there'll be no trouble.
All right.
Fingers
For us.
crossed.
But
I'm
Fingers
still
crossed
local.
behind your back.
I'm a local tradesman. I can't afford to have any bad says about my work or what I hire.
ask them if it seemed like they had already.
Did they seem like they were light of funds and that's why they asked for more?
Well, I mean, everybody's light of funds around here. The taxes have gone through the roof ever since the Emperor decided to raise them against all the towns.
God.
Especially that damned woman and her officials. Every time it's a new tax they have to levy against us. Some new profit that has to go to their good services that they go all across Gonta with. I think it's a crock, but that's not for me to decide. I'm just paying my dues.
Is this something we should attend to on the way back from the city?
Possibly. We don't have to address it immediately. Side quest.
I mean, ask him if he's still cool to go, like, drink and hang out. I mean,
Yes.
what does he want?
The next round's on us. For your
Excellent.
trouble.
I haven't had a good drink in some time. I'm always so busy. It's all right. The woman is taking care of the house right now.
Perfect.
All righty then.
I think that we
I'd love
will.
to meet this boy.
Oh, yeah, we can. But I suggest that we go to the Trail-Back for our drink.
Excellent. That's the one I recommended. It has one of my favorite drinks there. Just avoid some of the company when you get there. It's a nice establishment, but some not nice people go there.
Including his hirelings.
Just to confirm, he's still speaking half giant.
Yes, he's still
Just
speaking
make-
giant.
Just make sure.
Does he speak common or no?
He does not. No,
He understands it. No.
he understands it. Yes,
Okay.
because he has to trade with a lot of people who speak it, but he
Right.
doesn't
Maybe-
speak it himself.
We can go stash our.
And you gather if his wife is a dragonborn, she more than likely speaks common and has taught him some words. So
Fair enough.
Really?
Well, I mean,
Really heard
I
that.
feel like I heard the word Trail-Backs. So we're going to the bar.
Yes. We shall visit Trail-Backs, have a drink with my brother, and see what happens.
Should we go stash our coin,
Well, I mean, Trail-Back.
I was gonna say, I think you guys
it's-
already dropped your stuff off at your rooms
including
before
all
you
our
left.
money,
Yeah.
like most of our money?
Well, I mean,
Most
know,
of your big valuables. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you
Yeah.
kept like your coin pouch with
yeah,
you.
like a traveling coin purse is probably
Yeah.
still on us because, like, I mean, if we're going out for drinks, like,
You're
did
not
you come out
hauling
for drinks with
around.
my money?
Yeah, I doubt you're carrying around
can't?
Like
50 plus
gold.
gold on you at all
Right.
times. So.
That would be silly and
Come on,
dangerous.
You're always trying to duck the tab.
Alligator arms.
So, as you all make your way to the Trail-Back Tavern, where there might or might not be some fun times to be had between your party and Uptee's previously paid bodyguards. So, until then, we will stop there.
To be continued.